just hit lotería. Mami, let's vamos a tu Costa Rica. Vive la vida. Oh, you ain't heard words, 6, 7 figures. Feeling like I just hit the lotería. Bust down, shawty wanna bust it down. Shawty moving like you just hit lotería. Living luxe now, I just spent a couple thousand. Feeling like I just hit the lotería.
My pockets feeling tight from all these bands, you feel me? I pity these. I fill them with dirt and I leave them a rose. I pick up a petal, a leaf in a leaf. Do you love me now? I guess you better go. I got a new pockets, it's lining no door. The hand it goes deep, but it's only for bros. If you walk a line, keep it 10 toes. If it's sending me the cross, then you get let go. Let the beat go bang like a Kurt Cobain. If you know my cara, better know my name. If you rep dream team, put the ink on gang. If you're still out east, do the same bang. Mami, que tú quieres? I know that I'm looking sexy. Mundo lotería, not a young, I stay in flexi.
Lotería. Mami, let's vamos a tu Costa Rica. Vive la vida. Oh, you ain't heard words, 6, 7 figures. Feeling like I just hit the lotería. Bust down, shawty wanna bust it down. Shawty moving like you just hit lotería. Living luxe now, I just spent a couple thousand. Feeling like I just hit the lotería. I hit the corner store to grab my 40. Pulled up, just me and my shorty. Need me a pocketazo to get lit. Then I hit the lotto, might cop a whip. Cop a crib, cop a zip. Copping anything that boosts my confidence. Then I cop the fit that got me compliments. Now I'm starting to forget what being honest is. Head to TJ, tip the DJ. Tell him go play them slaps. Then in the boat, doing yoga. Working them hips, no cap. Tell me the vibe, then I key and bring it back. Took another tour around the feeling like I just hit lotería. Mami, let's vamos a tu Costa Rica. Vive la vida. Oh, you ain't heard words, 6, 7 figures. Feeling like I just hit the lotería. Bust down, shawty wanna bust it down. Shawty moving like you just hit lotería. Living luxe now, I just spent a couple thousand. Feeling like I just hit the lotería.
My price went up, you can't afford me. I'm everywhere, I know you can't ignore me. I cost too much, yeah, pay just to see me. They're taking notes, so yeah, I know they wanna be me. Money makes a girl act different. All couture, yeah, I made it out the kitchen. I don't wanna listen, to a boy with a severe lack in vision. I'm on a mission, yeah, I don't get stuck in traditions, nah. I'm on my business, y'all are my witness. Fill my cup with a splash of citrus. Make lemonade, that's what gets me paid, yeah, yeah. Turn a sour day into a power play, yeah, yeah. Superpower, babe, let me light the way. Give me space now, you should know your place, yeah, yeah, yeah. That money comes easy, no risk, no tax, no forcing it. Big stacks to the ass where I'm sourcing it. First class, I can sell a whole course in it. That money comes easy, I'm the one with the cash influx, yeah. I'm the one they trust with the big bucks, yeah, I bring good luck. My price went up, you can't afford me. I'm everywhere, I'm where I know you can't ignore me. I cost too much, yeah, pay just to see me. They're taking notes, so yeah, I know they wanna be me. My price went up, speak to my people. Yes, there's a fee to see me, yo, I'm way too regal. Just look, don't touch, stay off my aura. Oh, I know when the energy, they all need more of. Upgrade, made an upgrade. I get paid more, cause I win no race. No shade, but you in even place. Upgrade, yeah, made an upgrade. Upgrade, made an upgrade. No fake, yeah, I did an upgrade.
cut the music, I'ma need my peace and quiet. Catch my breath before I write. This my moment, ain't no try. I'm all in, go ahead and call it. Up in the clouds where I am the pilot. No turbulence, cause I'm at the highest point of the earth where I run the turf. I came from the bottom, so I know my worth. Every time I think that I am the greatest, gotta remember my humble beginnings. God got his hand on me, thought it was spotted. You really just plotted, go searching for prodigal. Gotta go back home with a new dome. I flip the switch, my lights back on. Now show up, then I show out. Cause it's major league and we pro now. Don't stop, show out. This is how we go out. Playing with the pros now. Full speed, we gon' roll out. We can never slow down, see the lights, we gon' show out. Show up, show out, show up, show out. Lights on, we shine, we gone. Show up, show out, show up, show out. Lights on, we shine, we gone. Who gon' light it up? We gon' light it up, so show out. Who gon' light it up? We gon' light it up, so show out. Show up, show out, show up, show out. Lights on, we shine, we gone. Take off, blast off. Used to think we got a problem. My light too bright, think I know a way to solve it. But who would I be if I cannot be the best version of me? I'm shooting for threes from top of the key. If you can't compete, then don't credit me. Every time I think that I am the greatest, gotta remember my humble beginnings. God got his hand on me, thought it was spotted. You really just plotted, go searching for prodigal. Gotta go back home with a new dome. I flip the switch, my lights back on. Now show up, then I show out. Cause it's major league and we pro now. Don't stop, show out. This is how we go out. Playing with the pros now. Full speed, we gon' roll out. We can never slow down, see the lights, we gon' show out. Show up, show out, show up, show out. Lights on, we shine, we gone. Show up, show out, show up, show out. Lights on, we shine,
Nice.
Damn it, man.
You wanna ride with the best, better buckle up. That's your name on the line, better live it up. You got a crown on your head, better give it up. Kicking ass, taking names, and it's not enough. You wanna ride with the best, better buckle up. Your name on the line, better live it up. You got a crown on the head, you gon' give it up. I'm kicking ass, taking names, and it's not enough. My son, Paul, my son, boy. Is that your crown on the floor? Better pick it up. Knuckle up, buckle up. Are you tough enough? Better prove it. You wanna ride with the best? Better buckle up. Is that your pride on the floor? Better pick it up. Buckle up, knuckle up. Are you tough enough? Prove it. Prove it.
Over Chaussee. Oh, and he's been tagged up. The timing was great for a second long. But now Vancouver with a big old advantage. But wait a minute, in the smoke, like a ninja, he strikes on the second man as well in a 1v1 now with less than 20 on the clock.
What? What? What?
Yep.
Come on, take it to him.
He's got to go plant. He has to plant.
Oh my God. If he lives, he wins the round. What a moment this could be.
Oh my God. This other guy's tweaking. This guy is trousers. He can't even play.
Yeah,
his diaper.
Doesn't chow this, he's fine.
Oh, yo, that guy doesn't play for the win. I keep noticing it.
Oh my God, Quavis, there he is.
He witnessed everybody and he's like,
He said, "Oh,
I
that
want no parts.
I'm not getting clipped."
That's the smoke criminal.
Bean's able to find the response. A huge trade there keeps us 3v3, but 2v2 and Bean's on 5 in a row. Bean's got stuff to play with as well. Vivid is on fire. Afro is on fire. They're all 3-0. They can currently do no wrong.
Exit holds. Lead changes there. The contest is good.
That gets the kill to her fifth.
Welcome to Call of Duty.
What's up, one and all? Get more comfortable than Tactical Wrap into Speedo, because we are here for the second half of the Major 1 qualifiers. 2 weeks away. Here's where our standings are.
Not the image I wanted to start this segment off with.
It's
but
strong.
I will tell you, there's another image on your screen right now, and look to the right of your screen. LA Thieves sitting at 2-2. Guess what? They got one match this weekend. That's versus Optic Texas, so could be on the outside looking in. On the left side of this, Riyadh Falcons been a big story. 3-2, rising up the power rankings, and 3 straight match wins.
Now, you got to finish in the top 8 if you want to be in that winner's bracket come the majors, as usual. So, Ant, let's talk about our power rankings and the teams that you expect to be in the clear 8. You got 3 teams in the top tier now.
Yeah, I have 3 teams in the top tier, and these are ordered as well. FaZe Vegas, their strength of schedule, they played all the top 4 teams, and they've been absolutely amazing. Coming out of that with a 3-1 record, and you look at the AR duo taking over, I got them number 1. Moving on in the rest of the top, Gentlemates, undefeated in Hardpoint. They've just been unreal there. I think it gives them a huge edge, especially in a LAN atmosphere. Optic, the only team with the extra match in that S tier, sitting at 4-1, so they have to remain there. Koi, and then in the B tier, I have Riyadh above LA Thieves. LA Thieves have lost back-to-back series, 0-3 map count. On the other side of that, Riyadh, even though they've lost LA, they've won 3 straight series. I have to have them above them. And then Carolina have moved up, Miami have moved down. And I think you can assume why I have the rest of the teams in D. So this is my current
Explain
rating.
this to me, though.
Yes.
How come a 1-3 team is so much higher than these 1-3 teams?
Yeah, I would say I've seen a lot of life from the Miami Heretics in the hard points. And when you talk to the rest of the league and to the coaches, they did get a late start in terms of practice, and their break was a little bit accentuated compared to some of the other teams. So I do think they'll catch up. And also, if you were to talk to other people, they would have Miami a little bit higher than this. I actually have them lower than majority of people have. I have faith in Miami to right the ship and potentially be a top 8 team. But right now, 1-3, push comes to shove, you got to win some of these game 5s.
A team that is at the very top of the list, though, a surprise pink squad. They represent Vegas. They go by FaZe. They've got a guy named Simp, who is the top SMG in the game. You look at the rest of his squad. You bring in a Luka. You put him on the bench. That gives a little extra fire to the starters. They know they got to perform to keep their seat. everyone more than improving their gameplay going up against Optic, a hot 3-0 in that series.
Yeah, a hot 3-0 versus Optic. I mean, they have some huge wins. Not only just Optic, Koi and Gentlemates. This is like the rest of your top four. And in this matchup, you know, we mentioned the Zaza duo, Draza and Abuza, map one taking over, which that was the narrative. Like, can the ARs contend with the other AR duos in the league? Well, newsflash for you, they absolutely can. Maps 2 and 3, we saw Vintage Simp, who looks like the best player in the game. All signs point towards FaZe ascending and continuing this battle.
Look at these sides. Ready for this one? Tomorrow, you're playing Cloud9.
Yeah.
Struggle in game 5s. Then you're playing G2. Struggle to finish out series. Then you're playing Vancouver. 4 total map wins.
Yeah.
All signs are saying FaZe is going in with the #1 seed to the major, right?
Yeah, all signs point to that. Not only that, what FaZe are great at, they're the #1 search team in the game. They look unreal in that game mode. Going up against Optic, who prior to that was the #1 search team. Dominated them there. You look at the rest of these, they have the edge in the other game modes as well. So they should be the #1 seed, barring an absolute collapse.
One team that we expect to finish top 4, but we don't know where, is Toronto Koi. And during the offseason, there was hashtag free Joe ED. Everyone, Joe deceives, but he gets locked down by Toronto, and it's a good thing. They build along the young man. And look at the 3-0, his former squad. A beatdown just occurred last stream.
Yeah, Joe Deceives has been absolutely unbelievable. And this Koi team, just in general, I mean, they're just a treat to watch. You know, checking out this video, some of the highlights, Joe Deceives can just go on these wild streaks. They're overload, #1 in the league. Some of the advanced metrics just showing their ability to score in their runs, second to none. And then you talk about Insight. That's a guy whose jersey was getting called for, Chris.
Yeah.
A lot. Top 10 overall KD, where you wanted to see improvement. And that's a testament to this team and Kleenex switching roles and playing around them. Insight's been a beast.
Jamie, there's been people saying your name in the green room. I've only ever said great things.
Same.
Had true faith, just like Nameless. Great to see him and Kleenex continuing to pop off. I feel like they are the foundation of any Toronto starting lineup in Call of Duty. Where do you rank Black Ops 7 for this squad?
Yeah, I mean, I think Koi are in position to win an event. Like, when we get to Major 1, they can definitely win. And let's switch gears, though, and let's talk about the LA Thieves. You know, everybody's been pointing out Kenny, saying he needs to play better, and for sure. But if you watch those back-to-back series where you get 3-0'd and your takeaway is it's only Kenny, I'm sorry, you do not know ball, brother. This team in Hardpoint not playing well. Search and Destroy, it's terrible. Like, the sub-duel's not on the same page, and Abizi as well as Kenny both need to improve their performance.
The Vets not living up to the hype in Los Angeles. They're sitting at 2-2 with a lot of room to improve, and some people are starting to call them burgers, which sets up a segment we love to call Burgers and Fries. We got the good and the bad. Where do you want to start?
I want to start with the bad.
Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's jump in. Too bad. It's Sniper.
Oh,
it's
good.
back in action, and it's bad to be on the other end of this scope because Beans, he made people question, should we put it in competition?
Yeah, you said good or bad. I guess it depends on the way that you look at it. If you're on the opposite end of that scope, you're probably pissed. Here goes some Hellstorm clips. I mean, the Hellstorm has been awesome. You've seen a lot of 2 and 3 pieces last week, and sometimes friendly
some
fire.
Bad. There was a burger from Dan Ghosty, but look at Nero. He shows you the true potential. You split off the rockets, then the big boom. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's a team for Nero, baby.
Sometimes those mini missiles have a mind of their own. I'm telling you. But here we go with another one. Is this a fly? Oh, this
Gravity wins again.
Hold on, but this is a Fly/Burger clip because he got the kill.
He did get the kill, but this guy did not. Envoy, sorry, Slippery Pickle just right off the map. In the same clip, teammate Sib going down. How do you get multiple teammates falling off the map? I hope a grenade was involved.
You know what? I don't know if they bumped each other, what that was. They didn't want to give them the kills, but yeah, that's a bad one when you're in a film session.
Here is a 3-piece. Order is up. We got all kinds of teams chiming in. Shotzi there from Optic. You got Real for Toronto Koi. One of the most beautiful coming out of Exceed, the new addition to the Royal Ravens, getting some dubs with him in the lineup. And then Max showing you why Cloud9 is always a threat. They almost took down Gentlemates.
Yeah, they could have won that 3-0. I mean, they blew that map #1, but this is the best clip of the week for me. I mean, back-to-back 3 pieces, absolutely turning on that last guy. And we can't forget this, the best overall performance on the individual map. Yeah, Chris, come
In
on.
a single game, we renamed the map for him.
Yeah, Crumplossus, or as Chris likes to call it, what is it?
Crimpopolis, baby.
Crimpopolis sounds a little bit better than me.
It's futuristic. He's renamed it after his performance. Here, though, we've got a burger play. Where did the sticky come from, Nameless?
Yeah, I mean, it came from Kenny. Just right at his boy, sticks him on the dome. And if there's one clip that just sums up the weekend for LA Thieves, it's that one right there.
Oh, Real on the other end. Yeah, just witness the hellstorm. It's rough.
And he had bomb, too.
Fall here, Hydra already finds it open.
Oh, the ball ran out mid. Oh, the ball ran out mid. Oh, did Kenny just have the ball?
Wait, what?
All right.
Did Ken just have the ball?
Ken had the ball. Ken the ball.
Last minute for any potential.
Lots of emotion on the watch parties.
Listen, like, it looks so bad because it's Kenny, but it's like, I don't know what they were talking about right there. They go wrap it to the window. Either way, yeah, the overload should have been safe and sound.
As tough as that moment was for Octane, it's got to feel good to get the announcement out. I know everyone going through that first trimester.
Yeah.
You're biting your nails. You're a little eager. The news is out. Congratulations, Papa Octane joining the Unks.
Yeah, congratulations to Sam, man. He's going to be a dad. Listen, he's been a COD dad for a long time, so he has a lot of practice. Excited for him and his wife.
Congratulations to all the dads in the Call of Duty sphere, all the moms and everybody watching. Get ready. It is week number 4. We're getting in day 10. CDL with Nameless and Puckett and friends like the Heretics in Vancouver.
Absolutely. Must win for Miami. Lock in.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now. Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
Let's find out who's built for the big stage.
Heretics ready to dive in. Thanks, Tim. Pouring Snoopy. Wipes them all. But Hydra with the switch impossible. He's making top room. So damn happy. Inside. Down the bruiser. Dominance on the grandest stage.
Get your bets in. It's time to find out who is the next watch party member to have a baby. Nameless, who you got your money on? Ben J?
Yeah.
Same.
Then Tom.
Then Tom.
Yeah, it's about that time.
That's the order. For now, we got to dive into a match of a top 12 squad versus a top 10 team. Now, there's only 12 teams in the league.
There is.
Not a great compliment here, but let's talk about Vancouver because they brought in the Cookie Master, the Big Baker, coming in with a reverse sweep in his opening battle against Boston. After 11 straight map losses, you saw 3 in a row for Vancouver. Unfortunately, that success was short-lived.
Yeah, Yeah, and then you go into the next series versus Optic, where it was not pretty, and Optic
was angry too.
Yeah,
they're playing like a super Optic.
A point to prove, exactly, Chris. Right. So for them, you can see the pregame here, like get off to a hotter start, stay ahead in hardpoint. A couple of those HPs, they went down huge to Optic early on and like rallied back. And then overall for Vancouver, I would say the good things are they've won back-to-back overloads now, and they're scoring on their runs, like 33%, which is above league average. So you got to continue that going into the series versus Miami. But yeah, I think the pregame stats right there by EasyMac were on point. Got to get off to a hotter start, especially particularly on the breaks here, and stay ahead in rotation.
Gwyn, eyes are on you. Lunars has been consistent. Abe able to play at the top of his game in S&D when TJ is firing strong. On the other side of this fight, you've got a team that had multiple top 3 finishes last season.
Yeah.
Black Ops 6 was a great title for the Heretics franchise, the best in Miami history. Where's the team right now?
Yeah, they haven't delivered so far. This is a team, I was talking about them last week. For the Miami Heretics, they have to have some great strides right now. I mean, you're 1-3. This team is 3-8 in Search and Destroy and Overload right now. So both of those have to get better, and they need to convert on their opening duel wins. I actually wrote that down as well. I mean, 53% conversion, which is last in the league. And if you remember, when Heretics took that big leap forward last year, it was bringing in Super, and they won seemingly every S&D that they needed to, especially the Game 5. So I think first things first, you have to fix that conversion percentage. And that's a tough one because you bring Trakes in. Who was the guy finding a lot of those first bloods last year? Because it was Real. You know what I mean? And he was the guy who was elusive, who can get that and get away with his life. So even though they might be finding some bloods, they're not winning the rounds after. So that's something they have to talk through.
I don't want to put that pressure on Metals. He is your X factor. When he's on fire, your team is going to crush. But we haven't seen consistency throughout his career. When it comes to the maps today, we've got Exposure, Den, Exposure, Den, Exposure.
Yeah.
2 maps for 5 games. These teams love this, or do they just hate everything else? What's going on here?
Yeah, looking at Miami and looking at SD and Overload, 2-1 on Scar, but 0-4 on the others. So just depends the way you look at how practice has been going. For Miami, this is a series this is a must-win series for Miami.
All right, shout out to Rosalie. She is currently on her way from Chicago. The commute is real with the winter weather. She's going with Miami Heretics, and I'm riding with her down south. We have 2 Miami. How about you, Nameless?
I haven't taken any wild shots in over a week.
I took them once.
Yeah, I'll take a shot here. I'm going to go with Vancouver.
Going Vancouver, Surge. Who's going to be your hero?
The hero in this series, TJ. Why not?
Yeah.
You know what? Gwyn, actually.
Gwyn.
Yeah, Gwyn.
G-Win. I'm ready for him. Casters, you guys ready to kick this day off?
I'm ready, and now I kind of need to know if Ann has gotten into something with Ben possibly having a kid we don't know about.
I think Ben must have. I think Ben just might have kids. Also, we don't really know how old Ben is.
That is facts, bro. He's had gray hairs for like 10 years. It's hard to tell. It's hard to tell. Yeah. Sorry, Benji. Let's get it going, baby. Look, Jade, let's just put it plainly. This is a must-win match, not just for Miami. This is a must-win match for Vancouver. Got a first couple of wins in their map pool under their belt last week, but this feels like an opportunity for both of these 2 teams to kind of get themselves maybe a little bit further out of that bottom 2, bottom 3 conversation.
Yeah, I think if you're Miami, you're definitely looking at this series as a must-win. You're sitting at 1-3. You have 3 matches left. You got this squad. You got to play against Paris, and you also got to play against Boston. But you got to get through this first, because if you can get to 3 wins, you have a chance at being that 8th spot. But your hands are going to be full going up against this Vancouver squad with the addition of TJ, because even though they didn't get steamrolled by Optic, it's still Optic. You got destroyed in the Search and Destroy. You had to have a miraculous comeback in the hard point, but you were able to take the Overload only a couple weeks of practice. So a little bit more time under both of this team's belt. I expect better results.
Yeah, I agree. It is true, like talking about Miami and kind of piggybacking off of Ant's point, like there's a lot to like when we watch this team in map 1 and map 4. Like the hard point, they catch some flow, and like Trakes looks like he's in the mix and doing a nice job. It's just when the objective has to come through and we're focused on things like Overload. We're focused on things like Search and Destroy. That's where those first bloods, those entries, that's where we feel that punish. But Redcore's been just as good as he had been at the end of last year when he was initially picked up by Miami. And then of course, with a couple of great finishes for them in the last handful of majors and champs, he's still up there in terms of total KD, especially when it comes to hardpoint. It just comes down to turning that slaying presence into success, especially when we look at map 3s, because let's be honest, Jay, the Heretics, I feel like it just continue to get plagued at the beginning of years with map 3 modes, whether it's Control or it's Overload now.
Yeah, I feel like their Search and Destroy and their Overload is gonna take time to get it where they need to be. You have a new guy in the system in Trakes. Real used to cover a lot of ground for you, but you gotta take time to make this guy comfortable and be comfortable around him while you're making the plays as a collective unit. So when we get to that exposure, hopefully some adjustments come in because they got AO ran in the beginning of the season by Toronto on that map. But we got exposure sandwich with a little bit of den filling. This should be an exciting one.
That den filling feels a little tasty. Let's get into it, brothers and sisters. We only got a couple more weeks before we're in Dallas, and we're going to kick things off here with Miami taking on Vancouver. Exposure hardpoint. Let's get it on as TJ finds first blood.
Yeah, Vancouver are looking to right the wrongs off of the Optics series. Be better at the P2, P3, because that is a turning point on a map like Exposure. The money hills that you desperately want to dominate. And already for Vancouver, starting off on the right foot. Not really getting a lot of time off of P1, but all the map control is now going to lead to good time because Miami have to take a slow and steady approach on this break.
Nice read from Lunars. He had a really good finish to the series at the end of last week, looking to follow up with a good start here on Friday. Abe caught as Metals will find 3. Still alive, but TJ will put him down. One more to grab, and Super will confirm the kill to get Miami their opening seconds.
Yeah, now it's off the rotation over towards P2. Trace, the only one currently here from Miami, but does find a kill off the rotation. Everyone else joins through mid-cut, so Miami win the roto here to P2. You're going to force Vancouver to now find an avenue of approach. Everyone rallying their way through middle. You want to try to set up a Prince. Lunas and Abe already find 2. Trace, you got to stay alive.
Oh, he's able to get the reset onto his health pool. Long-range shots land, but not enough for elimination to come through, so things will pause for Miami. Vancouver, a quick establishment of control over P2. Heretic spawning on the right-hand side, looking to set something up, maybe waiting for Trakes to get through mid, but it's taking a little bit too long. Metals gets pushed off his angle in the corner. Stun comes through. Easy follow-up as TJ finds 2, and that really just kind of shuts down the push before it even happens for Miami.
Yeah, and now look what it does to the spawns. One player from Vancouver is going to be blessed on the backside of P3, and if you're Rencor, you're thinking about this rotation, but now you have to think about what corner I need to play in to just value my life. Gonna get a freebie off that old time of Vancouver in the position to chain it over towards this P3. Just gotta locate Rencor, and it's all on TJ because everybody else is still from Miami pushing the back.
Yeah, really steady start here from the Surge. Abe next one up. Double doors are open. Able to find the first. Not much damage into the second, but over the window. Gwyn finds the trade. Lunar's trying to work from the low ground. Pushed back, and Miami will control a little bit of time here early with the close spawns. Next hit, though, immediately on the way. TJ trying to break things open. Doesn't have any help with him initially, but Lunars can get one trade, and Vancouver can continue to stay present as they try to continue this break.
Yeah, and if you're Vancouver, you got to try to bank on a stunner grenade to make this approach a lot easier, but now trophy systems are going to start to develop. Miami light up the kill feed. The clean 3 dead. This is going to be all of their time because even though Vancouver on the side that they want to be at this point of P3, you cannot afford to give up all this time for free.
Well, TJ kind of forced to get into the mix. Gwyn following up. Good damage comes through. Can he find 2? Yes, he can. Still one more on the outside, though. It's Rencor. Wants the trade, but shut down. It's Gwyn for 3. Doesn't result in too much time for Vancouver, all things told, though. And they're going to have to be a little bit pressed trying to get over to P4 with Miami already in position, but spawns haven't fully opened yet. Rencor will spawn out, but Metals will spawn in. Miami trying to reinforce Tricks in the hardpoint, but he drops, and Vancouver's got an entryway from the front.
Yeah, now Metals got to value his life. He does long enough for 2 of his teammates to spawn right next to him, but Rencor trying to set up a pinch through the front door. Good shots, not going to lead to the kill. Now there's pressure from so many different angles. The break comes in for Miami. Vancouver just need to value their life in these positions, but everyone falls. Miami successful on the hold, and this 30 seconds now is going to be massive because Vancouver have to flood through mid.
Yeah, a little mixy, maybe a little sloppy, I think, in certain moments for both teams, but a very even game, regardless of how it's unfolded to this point. Super trying to bounce off the back walls to get some damage into this break attempt for Vancouver, which able to find 2. Lunars clears off the back, so significant scrap time here for Vancouver, but look at the minimap. You've already got Lunars and Gwyn set up for new, and Gwyn taking space on this front push through dirt. Not quite able to find Metals. So Lunar's in some problem spots here as he tries to keep his life waiting for help off the old time.
Oh, but Metals gives him a freebie, so now Lunars has this power position, and this was a struggle for Miami in that series versus Carolina. When you get to this P5, how do we approach this? Because you keep on losing top mid, but now you're playing too hard for top mid, and Vancouver are just soaking up as much time as they possibly can, but the numbers are in your favor. The break is in.
Super clearing out mid-map. Has Vancouver a little bit stressed on how they want to even approach this hill at the moment. 2 players held back just outside of ring. Gwyn waiting for an opportunity to strike through middle, but someone's got to make a play here if you're the Surge. There's the up and over. Abe finds the first blood. Lunar's able to support for a second. That works. Took maybe a little bit longer than you would have assumed for a 3-2-1 go, but it works nonetheless. 20 seconds to fight for, and if Vancouver can find every single second, we're going to be looking at a pretty much tie game.
Yeah, pretty much tie game. The ARs from Miami trying to hold the rotation through top mid. Don't want to get chained from that P5 to P1. Need to make sure you're controlling your long alley, forcing them all to be over towards ringside, because you're cleaning up house at this old time. So initially, you're going to be uncontested. You know where the pressure's coming in. Just got to win a gunfight.
Yep. Trakes on the corner, able to take down TJ. So 20-point game. Super. Ooh, gets a lot of Gwyn, but not enough. A little fall off has Lunars forced to play for a trade. And Trakes, who continues to kind of dance with the devil here on the corner, is able to get a second lease on life. Stuns, nades over the top, largely landing, but Trakes able to respond. And he's got more in front of him. Again, just kind of playing for that little bit of info. And now, again, off the regen. Nice moment. Nice individual showcase for Trakes on 4 in a row. And Miami, another big lead starting to grow here through P1.
Yeah, it doesn't overchild. This is what Miami are good at in hardpoint. This is why this is their best mode, because when they are set up, it's very difficult to break on in. They have crossfires galore over at the long alley. Doesn't allow Vancouver a sniff at breaking them off of that barrel. You don't usually see full 60s off of that P1, but now you have an opportunity to chain it over towards P2. It's a 2v1 on the gunfight for the rotation. Abe trying to buy you his life. Now he's forced to back down. You lose it, and Miami have a chance to blow this game wide open now.
Yeah, they sure do. They sure do. So waiting for Abe to come off the respawn, but this next break attempt critically massive for Surge, and it's Super who pushes out and finds 2 while cooked nades were starting to be the next play. Now back to the front, off 4 in a row. Not quite able to get the 5th as TJ doubles down. Metals trying to respond to the play, but I was also looking to kind of kill some time and wait for Trakes to get into the mix. Hardpoint will go to contest. Pistol works for the first, but Vancouver will get a momentary break. 30 seconds still to fight for.
Yeah, this is good time, but there is where Rencor is going to invest the Hellstorm. 3 go down in the feed. Vancouver are still spawning in Africa for that P3. Just making sure it's going to be Rencor hard blocking towards the back, but look at how much space they are taking. Rencor is not going to touch his controller as long as Metals is pushed up towards ring. Everyone else contesting at the whole time, because you're going to win the rotation over towards P3 with everyone spawning still towards the back, unless you just die at the wrong time.
Yeah.
No, that's a good opportunity now for Surge.
Well, Metals is going to put himself up top and have to take on the entire Surge team. He's not even going to get one. So great moment here for Surge to bounce back into this game late. 179 plays 109. But an opportunity for a potential full 60 here if they get a read that Trakes is setting up a pinch. Are they alerted to this? Gwyn trying to sniff it out. Ring around the Rosie down low. Trophy system keeping him safe. Then he goes into the smoke from the Semtex to give himself a little bit of coverage for the first blood. But now the pinch is underway. Miami able to find 1, 2 from Super, and that will confirm the break.
And all it took was just Metal finding 1 kill on that pinch off the guy that was coming off the respawn. That allows them to know it's a 3v4 in towards the HP. Everybody just fly and play your trades. Miami get the break.
Dude.
Walk away with this final 30. Vancouver again on the back foot, dying off the rotation, spawning at old. Gotta haul your ass all the way across the map to get there early.
Yeah, and I will say, after the opening from TJ, he has slowed down considerably. 15 and 22 now after at one point, I believe he was 10 and 5. So not a great secondary set of hills for Vancouver. Super, meanwhile, is 20 and 10 off 5 in a row. So maybe a little bit of a slower start for Miami, but Metals is playing well. Super continues to be impressive. And it's going to be on to TJ to see if he can win spawns for Vancouver, who desperately need a break, and they do at least find the kill inside the heart. But the turn back to Super doesn't work. He's on 7, and a second Hellstorm is now earned.
Yep, and you still got those back spawns secured for Miami, so you can flood your way right back in. Everyone focus on the front door and towards Solar. Vancouver find at least 2 kills, make it all 4 in the feed. Still some close spawns here for Miami to try to contest it. Drake's watching the OE, wins his one-on-one. Now there's pressure again from every angle, and when you have this much of a lead, you don't really have to think about rotation, and you also got Hellstorms in the back pocket for breaks at P5.
Yeah, that's right. Rencor shut down, so Vancouver will have a lease on life, making a rotation over to new. Metals will be here first. Trakes nearby to block off one side of dirt. Tough gunfights, though, up top at mid, especially with a Dravik, but TJ just jumps on in, doesn't coordinate that with Abe on the other side, and they will both drop. Hellstorm to try to put this game away, not even needed. Metals and Trakes will find the kills they need. And this is down to now desperation measures for Vancouver if they want to try to find a way to keep this game going.
Yeah, you got to get in. Got to hit a stunner or nade, try to contest your way through long. You know that Metals isn't going to OE and give up his life for free. Final 10 seconds, you got to get a push, but stuns are just slowing them down. Nades are not allowing Gwyn to cross. And Miami's still looking to close it out here. But everyone dies at the wrong time, so Vancouver's still showing fight.
Got to win a couple of fights here if you're Lunars. Gets the first, tags onto the second, wants it, finds it, wins it. Double for him. Game's not over yet, but with only 8 seconds of cushion, the pressure is absolutely immediately onto Vancouver to be perfect. Don't want to give up any scrap time. Abe's going to tuck himself into a corner. Going to get maybe a chance at a 1v1 here, loses it, but we head over to new at P1. TJ can't find the trade, as Trakes will get a double from a very predictable spot, and then that win for Metals may determine the game. Yeah, that sure will. Good stuff for Miami, man. A little bit of a slow start in the first couple of hills, but the macro game works out nicely. They slow down TJ, and honestly have a pretty comfortable win, all things told.
Yeah, you're winning basically every single rotation to all the money hills. You got some misplays that happen at the P3s. It shouldn't be that easy for Vancouver to break the way they did on your first go around, but you make your adjustments on the second with Metals playing patient through the front. The turning point of this game, though, was the P5 to P1 chain off the second rotation. That's a full 60 that you cannot give up on the dead center hard point. It was just very difficult for Vancouver to try to set up a break because everyone individually was going one by one. All right, we're going to chow long. I lose the gunfight. I'm one shot. I can't chow. They got a crossfire set up. It just wasn't in sync. Just committed on the default play, and you give up a full 60 on P1. Most likely, you're going to walk away with exposure and a W. But Miami take care of business. Super has his moments. Rank car started off hot. You had a couple Hellstorms to invest into that game. And Miami just start off the series on the right foot in the hard point.
24 kills, 22 non-traded for Super. Mr. Untradeable a lot of the time last year. Has already started off the series the same name. And for Miami, again, you love to see an exposure hard point come into the mix because it's been one of their most rehearsed maps, especially they played it in their last 3 series. They've only dropped it once. That was to Carolina most recently. But all things told, that scoreline 250 to 194 is right about what the average is for them. So they meet the marks in terms of how they've set this map up into their favor. For Vancouver, you know, okay, good start, strong start, but we're still looking to see how this team is going to come together, right? Like, yeah, it still feels a little bit odd. I mean, TJ and Gwyn, of course, have familiarity with one another just based on the last couple of years of competing, but Abe and Lunars, it still feels like, we talked about this on Challengers yesterday.
Yeah.
It just feels like Lunars at the end of their last series against Optic, it's like, okay, cool. Like, that's the Lunars that we came to know when he played in Challengers. It felt like a lot of last year, he wasn't allowed to be who he is as a player. Yeah. We need to start seeing more moments like this out of Lunars where he can get up, get aggressive, and show his flexibility. It just kind of feels like he plays very hesitant at times, and that doesn't help when you've got TJ and Gwyn who are trying to run and gun.
Oh yeah, without question, you cannot play hesitant. I can understand your rookie year. You don't want to make any mistakes. You don't want to be the reason why potentially you get dropped down back to challenge, but now you get a second attempt here. You got to make the most of it. You got to show why you got called up to the big leagues and not just be a shell of yourself. But you still have time to definitely turn that around. It's just a slow start there in the opening hard point. You got to remember, this is basically a new roster too, with TJ joining in the mix instead of Legend. So time is going to be their best friend. And hopefully with some time, they've been able to figure out Den Search and Destroy, because the 6-0 last time you played this versus Optic, and you didn't get no first bloods. Yeah, it got to be way different here.
Yeah, man, it's just like, there's a lot of things you could look at in terms of like roster composition, but that hardpoint flow chart actually tells a lot. It's just like, you cannot allow yourself to flatline if you're Vancouver, and they did that not once but twice. But a chance to go to Den Search and Destroy. It's been their most played search to this point. Got a win versus Boston here. They got beat up by Optic, to be fair, but outside of that kind of beat down by Optic, they've played a couple of good teams close.
Yeah.
In particular, they were able to be, round 11 with Toronto, round 10 with New York. So out of all of the searches that they've played, this feels like the best chance for them to find another map win, and especially against a Miami team who not just struggles in search and destroy, but we really haven't seen a lot of conviction from them in this map. They're 0-3 on it.
Yeah, 0-3 on the side of Miami, and I think the true struggle for them is the sniper on the other side. You're talking about playing against Carolina, where Exceed was popping 3 pieces. Okay, we play against C9. Beans is one of the best snipers, if not the best sniper in the game. And then to start off the season, you played against Toronto, where it was Kleenex and Insight popping pieces with the sniper. It's just that first blood category. And on the opposite side for Super, where he's the guy with the sniper in hand, if he's not finding success, and then you got to change your play call, so it's the later half of the game, you're still trying to get familiar of these guys' play styles. I know you've been playing alongside Metals and Red Core for quite some time. You know who Traix is, but whenever you make a roster change, S&D is always the game mode that's going to take the most time just to be comfortable and understand what you can do and play off your teammates with it. So hopefully they have made the adjustments the same way Surge have made the adjustments. So this should be a back and forth game.
Agreed. I like that we point out to Abe, because as much as the conversation around Lunars existed at the end of map number 1 right there, I will say the Abe that we saw like at EWC, this is not the same Abe right now. It definitely feels like there's a lot of, okay, we'll let TJ and Gwyn do their thing. We'll try to fill up around them, but Abe gets blooded. Enough damage into Metals to force a team kill to come out. And already you've got Traix trying to take away space, but read perfectly by Lunars. Clean shots, advantage to Surge.
And now you got to retrieve the bomb and get out with your life. TJ knocked down to 18 HP. Miami know that they have him trapped. The stun is going to connect, but the regen is in. So now the 3v2, do you decide to fight this if you're Surge? I would. You got the numbers.
Yeah, just comes down to they want to kill a little bit of time and yep, get some isolation. Super was working on a long route saying if Vancouver want to stay here, I'll see if I can find something around the back. We'll be able to grab Lunars, if only just barely. 17 HP to his name, but the bomb will be planted at A to go on to the rest of this 1v2.
Yeah, he's going to reset it too. Reposition himself to come behind enemy lines through his spawn. And you might be able to catch them on the cross. He's going to work through top window, not spot them, work their way in towards bottom comms. But the timing is his best friend.
Nade cooked into the corner, damage in, predicts it, they line up. Oh, he forces the team kill to TJ and deals with Gwyn. 1v3 for Super, letting them know.
That's how you instantly shut down all momentum. Vancouver thinking, all right, 1v3, get this bomb planted. Should be an easy cakewalk round, but Super, this is why he was brought into the pro scene. For big time plays like that. Finds a one-on-one gunfight, the repositioning, the awareness, because usually people in 2v1s are not using their tax. But he said tax can also assist me here in this fight. Both people are one shot. A team kill is forced. And that second guy is just melted to shreds with the Drav in hand. Super with 6 HP in a dream. Instantly still the souls of Vancouver. Miami take the opening round.
Oh, it's another heartbreaker right there for Vancouver. Early smoke out for the Surge defense. Challenged and pushed out though by Traix. That set play just did not work. Let's just put it that way. Did not work. Traix should have Gwyn low, but wait. Pretty Gwyn's able to snipe to save TJ, who was low. So he gets the regen. Metals needs to be a little bit cautious here about how much he shows before it gets pulled off by Gwyn.
Yeah, you got to be careful because Gwyn is obviously holding the angle and finds kill number 2 on the round. Snipers cause Miami problems on this map because they cannot be as aggressive as they want to. Give him 3. He's looking for the A. Super, though. And another 1v3 attempt.
If he pulls this off, that would be unbelievable. But the bomb is down, 33 seconds on the clock. He's going to have to move quick. Might get isolation here, but doesn't see TJ on that cross. Or does he? Oh, goodness. Now has the isolation. TJ's in some major trouble, but Super cannot lock down the shots into the staircase. And, well, you can kind of see a little bit of sigh relief right there out of a couple of the player camps for Vancouver because I think they realized that they were completely separated.
Yeah, and that's the difference right there because Super's thinking, this guy's one shot. They have to be playing a 2-man setup. Where the hell is Gwyn for the shots in towards the back? But TJ with the movement gets it done, but it's all on the back of what Gwyn starts off with the sniper. Give me 3, no smoke grenades gonna keep you alive. Tie the game up. Now they go back on offense where they're hoping, if we go for this A strat again, we're not gonna give up another 1v3.
Here we go. Back to the same opening attack that Vancouver had in round number 1. Aggression over towards the A site. Miami stepping away, just throwing shoulders through small. Rencor on the corner, has Super there for a little bit of assistance. There's the nades, but TJ maybe able to break some of the timing up. No, pops up, but Super protects Rencor on the exit. Abe trying to at least get one trade, but he's a bit stuck, or is he? Lunar saves a life, and we'll transition into the 2v2 from here.
Yeah, and that's just something right there that Trace is going to have to learn from. Sometimes you don't always have to play the trade. Your teammates were in a position to play here, Trace. You just give up your life for free, and now Vancouver sees all of that information that they are approaching from the flank side. So time is starting to tick, and this is going to force Miami to think that they're going over towards B, but this is a bloodbath from out of mid.
Uh-oh, yeah, shots are perfect from Metals. It just a little bit too slow for Vancouver, checking every single corner because you have to, like you mentioned, they just didn't know where the other Heretics member was, but it's just a straight rundown by Miami. You see the initial challenge for Vancouver largely shut down thanks to the support from Super. And then at the end, yeah, it's just both players, Redcore and Metals, are just running together, knowing that they could trade these guys out. And that's just that confidence, knowing that, hey, Miami just feel like they're the better team right now. We can gun these guys, so let's just chase them down.
Dan, you saw the teamwork on full display early into that round. Super and Rencor. I'll get first blood. You're going to get chased. Don't worry, I got your back. And even with Trace throwing away his life for free, you still got the ice, fellas. Clutching up on the round. So now back on the offense for Miami. Another smoke grenade gets invested for Vancouver to try to take some space over towards B. Or not. Everybody's going to sit towards back dojo, but just spot TJ on the cross.
Yeah, Metals just forcing it forward. Gets through the smoke. Is he able to spot Abe through this lingering smoke? He sees the gun and then gets the pre-fire with team shots from Rencor. Yeah, man. Miami's looking pretty good right now. Vancouver just a little slow, a little stagnant, and they're getting punished by the sheer aggression out of Heretics at the moment.
Yeah, it's just they're pushing through the smoke grenade. Like, you're keeping the smoke on their side of B so they can stay on their head glitch and not push through 10. But that's 2 times now where you invest that smoke and they're already on that B site ready for gunfight. So TJ just gets caught off guard. Abe not in a position to play a trade because he's still going to be one shot and trapped in that corner. And then once you lose those 2 players at dojo, you have to try to make up for it somehow, some way, either on a pinch or through the middle of the map. And your island player in Super catches one for free, and then Gwyn, last man standing, just gets picked off. So got to make some adjustments now if you're Vancouver, because that smoke grenade to try to slow them down is not slowing them down.
Agreed. Feels a little too easy right now for Miami. Outside of the heroics from Gwyn's sniper rifle, it has been, yep, a lot of this.
Great.
I mean, what are we looking at, Jay? Hello?
All right.
Is it... They've played this map more than any other, and it looks like we're just kind of throwing things into the wind to see what actually catches.
They tried to switch up their pacing there. 4-man push through B. But the smoke probably doesn't get to where they wanted to. Stuns and nades are connecting on the side of Miami, and this time they decide to stack 3 players on this side of the map. It's been a 2-2 split every single round. You weren't expecting a sniper to be there, so you're forced to slide a little bit more aggressive to get towards the outskirts, but the crossfire is being set up for Miami. Time is your best friend. They are starting to look polished here in Search and Destroy.
I'll say, I mean, it doesn't get much simpler than this for Miami at the moment. Gwyn trying to keep that sniper active over towards Dojo. Trakes is going to show some pressure with the smoke and maybe a couple of pre-fire shots, but that is all just a sleight of hand. It keeps TJ and Gwyn interested, has Abe pulled all the way back at pillars, so depending on where exactly Miami want to go, they're going to find themselves at worst like a 3-on-1 if they commit together.
They're just looking for information on at least one player. Potentially the rotation on Lunars. He's going to sit nice and tight over towards Plaid. But the bombs starting to edge its way over towards A. At the same time, Vancouver should have this information. There's still no one at B. All right, they got to be A.
Yeah, and that's enough information right there from Abe saying that we're in some trouble. Gwyn, nice shot. TJ cleaning up Trakes at mid. Leaves this now largely to what happens on the terrace. Lunar's hunting, searching, caught from behind. Where's the help? Gwyn's got a pistol out trying to get in there. Does he have support with this? He does. TJ for the trade to the 1v1. It's Rencor on the other side. 20 seconds to play. Rencor not going to plant. Instead, try to rewrap this around the back of Dragon. Ooh, does he have the time to get all the way to B
He does.
It's gonna be close, and yeah, he'll just have it by a couple of seconds.
Yeah, TJ was expecting him. Okay, 15 seconds. No way he's going to think about that rotation, but now it's all about the exit. Can TJ spot him in towards Dojo? He does, and the SMG flying high allows him to get the better of Rencor there. I just think Miami were a little slow on their approach. Like, they were waiting for the perfect amount of information so they can set up the perfect play. But it's just when you're wasting that much time, Vancouver most likely are scouting towards B. You're giving them time to rotate back and be set up for that gunfight. And it all starts with Gwyn finding that sniper. But the closer and TJ from the top ropes. Give me that 1v1 Rencourt. 4-2 now to score.
Yeah, I like the idea in terms of the playbook design for Miami. Like, you have Trakes with the smoke, a little bit of noise created over towards you know, Dojo. It keeps those defenders there. You're trying to get a little bit of damage into Lunar, so he calls for help, but the problem was Metals up top is seen by Abe, and that just kind of gives away the entire play. Vancouver are not going to be fooled by that. You're trying to catch the defense on rotation now. So it doesn't fully work out. Super trying to tag on a TJ, throwing very narrow shoulders. And Lunars has an eye on Trakes, trying to line up the shots, finds damage, but no kill. We'll stay 4v4 with a minute on the clock.
Yeah, and Miami have already gained the info. They're taking their sweet time on this approach. So let's just set up the conga line, 50-yard line, and don't allow them to get by us. And Meadows is able to gain more info over towards that P2 side. But now the bomb carrier is working its way right through the middle of the map, and Miami already know it.
All trying to just hit out window. Trakes overwhelmed by the double hit from Surge. Miami just kind of closing off mid at the moment. You've got Super watching the staircase. Rencourt down low to watch the close corner. But if you're Vancouver, you're going to go field things out at B, which is wide open for the taking unless Super can do something on a peek through Dojo. And Miami's got the read. They're going to be able to try to contest this.
They're going to make it a 3v3 too. And they also find one with Super with the sniper. So now TJ has to be very quick on this pinch because Miami aren't going to slow down. Everyone already in 10. Abe is already going to fall. And if they find that kill on the opposite side, TJ now turns it into a one-on-one.
It's versus Super, who I think has showcased himself. Oh, goes to the scope, misses. TJ going to back down just a touch. Has to be cautious of what angles he peeks now, knowing that Super's got a scope in hand. And Super thinks he went Dojo. That is not the case. And TJ, backside comes through. Oh my goodness. Super late to the party, but shows up with the goods. That's his 8th elimination, and now it's a 5-2 tally to Miami.
Oh, Super's got the ice. He's got the ice today, and he's let him know that's just way too easy. Final 15 seconds. Catch you off guard. Oh, let me just line up the first one onto Gwyn with a crazy angle there. But then just the time and the turn, switch, quick swap over to the M15. Puts the finishing touches there on Mr. Halley. And now Miami at game point.
Oh, man. Here we go. Do or die time for Vancouver. Abe is just not figuring it out right now. 1-7. Super looking for some tags. Gwyn on Dojo. Good angle. That's enough for seeing information. And Super's not going to miss that. And Vancouver are going to have to really scramble off of TJ's pitch. He finds one. Lots of damage into a second over through 10, but there is help nearby. TJ now to the pistol, trying to see if he can force out a second kill. Not the case. Abe, Lunars, last one's left alive. 2v2 situation with 25 on the clock. And Abe has to clear this left corner. Trakes nearby. Vancouver gonna just double team it all the way out and over the top. Should be able to find this kill, but oh, Super makes it interesting. Enough time though for the defuse.
Yeah, good stuff right there to Vancouver to just take that angle of approach instead of giving Gwyn or Super a potential angle to line you up with that sniper. You chow both from the site. ISO the player sitting on the outskirts, and then Super it's a sniper pistol. Just 2v1 send it. Miami tried to switch up their pacing. That was the first time they got the bomb planted in the first 15, 20 seconds. Just try to catch them off guard, but Vancouver had the numbers to retake it, even off the back of that first blood from Super.
Yeah. Long road ahead of them, though. That's one of what has to be multiple rounds consecutively put together. Gwyn going to be an island player at A. Looks like for the moment he wants to make sure there's no aggressive defense on the top side of the map, but instead for Miami, they're going to take mid and run with it. Super wanting to cross. We double peek that for reasons that we may not understand. 11 kills for Super, and I don't know if he sees that slide over. Maybe he does. He's looking for the window peek.
You already have the first blood, though. Your teammates making sure you're safe from Couch's side, so you can already see Win trying to play for that kill, and Trace got your teammates back. 4v2. TJ Allen and Luna's trying to clutch on up.
Yep. Metals, clean shots. And how about one more? Yeah, no problems there, man. Goodness. Obviously a much better and much more polished showcase there from Miami. A couple of really cool designs, even if one of them may not necessarily work, but the playbook looks like it's starting to get pretty built out here on Den. For Vancouver, though, can't quite get on the same page. And maybe that's just the umbrella statement we could use for them right now with the recent change in the roster, but not good. That's pretty much the only real words I have about that. Not very good.
Yeah, but I'm looking at Miami just so far in 2 maps, showing the improvements that they needed to. Adjustments in the hard points, making sure you're dominating off the rotations. You've been struggling in search and destroy, and that's due to a lot of these rounds not going your way early on. But this time you find 7 out of the 9 first bloods in this game. It was a lot on the back of what Super and Metals were able to get done, especially with so many clutches there out of Super. But they were starting to play in sync. The teamwork, the crossfires, what we saw all of last season from Miami Heretics is starting to be shown on display in this S&D. And if they can play like that, oh yeah, this is still going to be one of those teams that are very difficult to play. It doesn't matter how good you are.
Yeah.
Because they can catch you off guard. And now you're going into an exposure overload where this is the mode they need to work on. We saw improvements in the first 2 maps. Bound to see some here.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, yeah, they're 1-3 on Overload overall, and I think for a lot of us, we still have that Toronto Koi opener stuck in our minds. They got completely beep boop bang boomed out of the map. But outside of that, they've got 1 win, 4-1, and they've got 2 losses. Outside of that, there were 3-4. Yeah. So I mean, they're competing. Just comes down to, can you actually find a way to convert wins on a regular basis? Feels like they might be primed to do that here. But we're gonna go to a break. When we come back, it's Overload exposure with Miami looking for the 3-0, or Vancouver starting to get a reverse sweep put together with the first step. We'll find out which happens when we come back after this.
Yeah, I'm feeling great. Those guys are frauds. It's Sunday. We're on land. Reverse sweep. It's easy.
I suck with this. Bruh. I'm not using that shit ever again. This shit out.
Backwards. 2 in the mix. Nero's gonna get.
Go! Go!
Send it. Go!
Holy shit!
I mean,
Oh, hold on. They're actually
Big win. Wait, there's only one guy.
Oh,
Wait, they got it.
Bro. What?
What the f?
What are they doing?
What the f is Carolina doing?
Bro.
In honor of our Father's Day, we're going to have a friendly competition amongst the dads on this show. How many dad jokes can we fit in? Well, I have the opportunity to go first. So, Allie, let's take the lead right now. Why can't bikes stand up on their own?
Why?
Because they're too tired. Got her! All right, let's keep this moving, Nameless, because we got a lot to talk about. Starting here with the standings.
One time.
They're dead. One more behind me. Time. Dead side time. Dead side time. He's left. Nice. Just
Let's go, bro. Yeah, we'll run him. I told you we'll run him, bro.
Black Ops 7 returns to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh this summer. Scan the QR code to be notified when tickets go live later this month. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now.
Come on, wants to stop. Come on,
let's go. Come on.
Oh no!
We're contesting.
Cabs on. Cabs on.
Cabs on.
Capsule, that's a huge win, but look who
Get in!
It was just Trace.
Get in!
Spark. He managed to get it.
I don't know if there are 4 guys that love challengers more than those boys right now. The Bush Gaming watch parties have been lit. Big shout outs to those guys for entering the space. Not with a whisper. I'll tell you that much. They came in hot and they have been entertaining. And hey, I'll just say this much. If you love COD, you want to watch it more than just Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, make sure you tune in on Wednesdays and Thursdays.
Oh, yeah.
Challengers Elite. Dude, yesterday was a movie. Legitimately a movie. We had Black Hearts go down to 245 to 250.
Colossus.
We had ARs on Colossus getting 45 kills. Dude, it's insane out there. Make sure you're tuning in to get yourself warmed up for the weekend.
I'm telling you, I don't know, there's something different about challenges. It got to be the air or all the people that are just showing the support this season. There's so much hype around challenges, and I'm happy to be such a small part of it. But the Bush, you got the Stallions, you got the Hunts, and then you got Next Threat. Shout out Doug Sensor, brought that organization back. Everything for challenges is just on the up and up. But back over to the pro match we go, where Vancouver backs against the wall, down 0-2. They usually show fight here in Overload, and Miami looking to improve in this mode.
That's true. That's true. Hey, they were able to win, obviously, their most recent affair with Optic, but also this is where they started the reverse sweep versus Boston, so some familiarity there for Vancouver, kind of on the Kurt Signetti mantra of refuse to lose. We'll see how things go, though. Trace trying to clean up some space early, and this is setting up really nicely, especially if Trace can find that kill onto Abe, but he will survive. Super trying to find the trade over the top, but yeah, Abe is off the regen, and now you got a little pinch developing as Gwyn clears out more space.
Yeah, Gwyn only finds one though, and now it's Lunas trying to get something done from top window, lines up with doubles. You have the numbers, you just don't have the mid-map control. You just got to get past traits. Job well done. Everyone accounted for. Now you can start to take some space. Still don't have control of the EMP, but you can already see Mr. Lunas on your mini-map setting up a pinch to B point.
See how things unfold. It's Rencore. A little bit of damage here, but trouble navigating that with Abe. SMG up close and personals working out nicely. And this has been a nice moment for Vancouver. I was gonna say, like, the opening minute of this was just sheer TDM, but now all of a sudden you've got Vancouver trying to clear some space up, pull some focus to A, but need to wait for these 2 off the respawn before they can commit to one zone or the other.
Yeah, but Metals gains the info. All right, the MP is starting to get off the rotation, so spread the map a little bit, and now Lunas opens up the A point. You got the numbers. Abe on the pinch finds kill number 3. Now all you got to do is take care of Metals on the back wall. Super set up one crossfire, but Metals does enough stuns and nades to just keep Vancouver not near that A point.
Yeah, at least time of possession's looking decent for them. Just need to find the kills behind it. And I will say, Metals is having himself a series. And what is it we often say? If Metals is frying, Miami's usually winning. Seems like that's often the missing link. Hello? TJ, a little snap with the pistol. He should be able to score here. Uncertain if there's anyone over the top, but no worries. The patience will still work out for the first score for Vancouver.
Yeah, I think Rancor just forfeited that score. I think he thought that was instantly going to go on in. So he was playing the reset. And TJ was thinking, it has to be at least one more guy here, but this is why Miami played the reset. Can you get past this player working on the pinch? You do, so you instantly tie the game. Now the EMP spawning over towards lower dirt side. Instead of wrapping back, you're pushing through. And now Rencor on the pinch does get caught, though.
Waiting for the next point of contact as Miami is set up largely to surround this defense. But clearing mid-map is Metals on 3 in a row. looking for more. Able to find TJ before he can drop all the way down over to dirt. Oh! Top Metals, another. That's 5 in a row now for them. 11 and 4, and Miami can get to work for a potential pickup. And while we try to set that up for an execute, we'll jump over to a listen in with Metals likely roaring.
Ir para izquierda.
Te tengo COVID, Teo. O sea, te tengo L. Puso P3,
arriba paneles, ¿vale?
Ir para izquierda, tengo P3, ¿vale? Voy a pinchar P3 ahora, no pueden estar en con, ¿vale? No pueden estar en con.
Hay uno inner, o panel. Inner y arriba paneles. Otro más, arriba paneles tuyo. Te ha comido.
Te ayudo, Nico, vente. Vente, ¿te chisea?
No sé.
Dos.
¿Qué haces?
Van para el medio.
Izquierda uno inner muerto.
Otro más con, ¿vale?
Pero no veo una inner conmigo.
Sí.
Otro muerto.
Vamos izquierda. Cajas te lleva para medio.
Échale caja. Hay una dip izquierda.
Caja muerto.
Vale. Una dip izquierda está.
Falta Yampa, P1, chavales, P1.
P1 no veo. P1, muy toca P1, Teach. Estoy bajando P1. No sé si puedo. P4, tío. Fuera del P4.
Oye, está en derecha uno.
Van a ir derecha. Llévale la hora.
Ya me tuvo.
Van a ir izquierda a lo mejor. Mírate la derecha.
Vete, déjame.
Voy a la izquierda. Cométela. Hay una otra, creo.
Está en pirulo,
No, P4, me P4 igual.
Van derecha, ¿no? Sí, eso vale.
Mete ring.
Oye, pinch.
Lo tienes. P4, yo pinch. Ojo, P4 muerto. Tú, Ani. Bueno, de la buena, ¿qué hace?
Arriba.
Not fluent in Spanish like you are, Jay, but pretty conversational, pretty calm for Miami as they set up this defense. They get the read, they get the shutdown. Now it's just making sure they count for every single Surge member.
Yeah, that's exactly what they were doing right there in that communication. You know, I'm not fluent in Spanish. I do know a little bit, but they were just sitting there like, what are Vancouver? Where are they going? Oh, they're trying to push up middle. They're just playing it patient, waiting for us to make a mistake, and now they have an opportunity to capitalize on it. Final 30 seconds on the round, but the kill feed lit up in white. Surge have time of possession in theirs. And now you're going to rotate it over towards B.
It's going to be Trakes, the sole defender for now. Gwyn able to find one with the pistol. Defense has to rotate. A moment where Rencor is considering the pinch, but thinks the other one of it as he moves his way over to get in way of this EMP. Abe, gonna just make sure Gwyn can get to the overtime and give Vancouver one last chance. That pick allows them an opportunity to frame something up towards B. Oh, but Nate over the top has Abe down, and now the extra 30 going to be hard pressed unless TJ can create something through P4. No, not the case. And there really is no entryway anywhere for Vancouver. Someone's going to have to put something together in a miracle way as Miami just continue to go back and forth and chase down the EMP.
Yeah, it's just been, all right, I'm going to show face here. I'm going back the other way. You guys continue to camp your corners, and you guys continue to have goal line stops. It was a very quick score from Vancouver. I thought they were going to start to run away with the map. But it seems like both teams right now just hesitant on their plays. Like, they're both a little bit slow when they need to be a little quicker. We're losing the key gunfights to open up these lanes so you can have your EMP carrier run right behind you. And neither team right now is willing to make any mistakes. No one is scamming. This is just, I'm going to make sure I'm waiting for the perfect opportunity to get this point. Yeah, he's one shot there.
Yeah, sure is. Okay. Not a bad opener, though, for really either team. Again, it took a while. That first minute is really just a TDM, but worked out fine. But the quick counterattack for Miami has us looking at the second half eagerly to see if there's going to be any sort of an influence to gaining favor for one side or the other. Trakes trying to set something up with Metals. Initial trade is decent, but no chance to get any early pulls here for either team as they continue to try to feel each other out.
Yeah, I'm just looking for the perfect moment, Al. All right, no one's going to OE. We're just going to protect the EMP. 3 different players on the side of Vancouver go over towards Ring. But now this is an opportunity for Miami. You just got to take care of Abe, and it's Trakes on 3 in a row. Starting to pop a little bit of takeover here. Movement, sliding and gliding. Just keeping Vancouver on their back foot. Timing to perfection. That's another 2. And with 3 dead, Miami recover the EMP.
Yeah, but Super's in a little bit of trouble here, trying to get off the regen. Now it's going to escort Metals a little bit further over towards A. He wants to run it.
They're waiting for Trakes.
Yeah, for Trakes to hit this route. And if he can find one, should be a chance to score this pretty easily. All the way around the back. Sees Lunars at range, but can't win the gunfight. And all of a sudden, you're a little bit stalled out unless Rencor can show up and give you some space. The first one's good. The second one's not bad, but can't quite finish the kill. Metals thinking about it, trying to find some kills, but no, TJ shuts it down and Vancouver will possess the EMP.
Just another story of that one gunfight is all you need to run another score in, and we keep on losing it. So a goal line stop there from the Surge. Now waiting for Abe to develop on his route through the middle of the map. Another pistol on the opposite side for Trakes. This can break them down. Trakes, you just need to find a double. At least finds one. Can you get this trade on Abe? You don't. And Abe just winning that one gunfight again slows down the play.
Well, Vancouver able to stabilize. The EMP will reset. See if they can find a way to win this outright as we jump into a Vancouver. Listen in.
Behind us, you have a range.
Back ring dead.
Nice, good job. One's off spawn, missing one.
Yeah, probably pillar. They like playing pillar.
I tried to nade over mid.
I think they're mid.
Am I nading over? Careful.
Push on left, push on left. He's only P2 tank, guys.
Yeah,
I hear.
I'm the right hop.
I think you're mid.
One con right now.
Two server, one left. Server, one con.
I hear.
Too long on me. I got one shot. Drake. He's the
Drake's in.
One left still. This one got con.
Two out of me. He's front server super. Going long.
Spawn right.
Let's have his left.
Okay.
I don't see P4.
Okay.
Bring this right then.
Yeah, we can go right then.
A-search.
Okay.
Yo, flanking
A-search, one shot.
A-search in.
Nice, two.
You're right on me.
Shit, bro.
Drake's in super, bro. Drake's in super.
I'm going Zig.
I spawned deep.
Zig, Trakes, one shot.
I hear you. I'm marched on here, Isaiah.
One shot.
Shot the back, two of
We're
them.
about to get pinched here.
Every pinch.
I hear one shot here.
We're gonna have to wrap it.
Get trope down.
I spawned right. They're pinching.
Here. I'm gonna nade this, bro.
On the heady.
Here, I needed it. Need it close.
Zig Trakes.
Not taking the heady.
A-search right now.
Tell me close, weak, on the barrel. On the barrel right course. He's aping up.
Search one shot, bro.
I hear you.
He hopped on bomb.
There's two in the right.
Two in top crate.
Two or three on the right.
Take go top.
I've read it.
Nice, good job.
Two hop.
I'm up in your right, Teach.
I want con.
They could be our low range.
Yeah, could be. I hear you. I saw my little ring.
Dead.
Nice job.
Right dead.
Hit a ran through a ring on me.
Have her up right.
He's top ring, bro.
Okay.
Top ring. I'm one shot.
Push on right.
Yeah, going. I hear you.
It's in Drake's ring. Could be.
He didn't pinch me. He didn't pinch me. He didn't pinch me.
I don't know where he is. I can't really tell him. I'm like going left.
I hear you on deep right too.
One's going pillar right now.
Okay.
He didn't stun me con.
This one's got ring still. He's trying to be people.
Feels like a bit of a stalemate right now, Jay. It just seems like every time either one of these two teams gets 3 down, they can't find the last kill they need to set up an actual execute to score. It's been really quiet this half.
Yeah, it's just all right. Every time we get 2 kills to go our way, it's just 1 kill that goes down on the opposite. That makes it an instant slowdown, and just like that, 2 kills in favor of Vancouver. Metals off the respawn, lines up a double. Now Luna just trying to finesse. Trying to slither his way with the EMP, but he falls. And now Miami have an opportunity to instantly get a score because there's only 1 person here to contest.
Oh, but
Where's
TJ
your lead
finds
blocker,
the EMP
man?
carrier, dude. It's just, I wanted to be a little bit harsher. Like, stalemate was the polite way of saying it. It feels like a pillow fight right now. It's just like both teams are like, no, you, no, you, no, you. Like, it's just we're not getting that last final effort to get these scores through. Metals, again, having a great map. Trakes could be said for the same. But we're not able to find that last kill that matters to get a score for really either team at the moment. Shut down on the device. 30 seconds to play before we get to potential overtime. And I don't know even what to expect if we get to that final 4v4 overtime.
I don't know, man. It might just end with all 4 players alive. Who knows? In the final 20 seconds, Vancouver are going to give it one last push. And now it's off the back of Lunars. Working on this pinch. Loses the key gunfight. And now Vancouver just trying to make a last game, last-ditch heroic through Bit and Zig. But they're getting cut down by Rencor, and you die at the right time because now we're going into overtime, 4v4.
Okay, see what happens. How do we want to try to play this one out? And we're going to get 2 minutes of TDM. Do we know what happens if the overtime doesn't end at a minute 50? Like, I have a feeling that we might see that with how these two teams are playing with the device set up in the middle.
Look at Miami. Look at how they're playing it out. All right, make sure our building is safe. EMP is secured. Neither team looking for a scam. Nate is going to connect onto TJ. Him and Rencor trade spots. But 30 seconds already wiped off the game clock. No one committing on a fight.
Dude, does it just end in a draw and then we replay the map? Like, I hate to sound a little naive right now, but this may end with all 8 players still alive. Minute 15. And all is quiet. No one wants to make the first move.
We're not scamming.
For all of the chaos and excitement that we've seen in Overload, this may be the most quiet one, but there it is. Trakes finds the opener. Quinn, TJ, convert, finding the trades back in Miami, make the first move and have Super left it into a 1v3. Able to connect onto 1 and reset. Plenty of time to move, but Lunars holds him back.
Now, Super still has a lot of time to work with. And Vancouver are going to try to take mid away. Make sure they try to protect the EMP. Do not line up again for Super as he closes out the game. A 1v3 in the S&D, a 1v3 in the overload. Mr. Ice in the veins. Miami get the 3-0.
Give me a break, dude. Oh, Vancouver can't believe it. I can't believe it. This is next level. First of all, yeah, thank you for this replay. I wasn't sure if he was gonna make it all the way. Then this up and over, the follow-up. Oh my goodness. How clutch has Super been for Miami in this series?
I just don't get it though, Al. Like Vancouver in the numbers advantage, the only way you lose that is if Super retrieves the EMP and scores it on you. Somehow, some way, he catches us, not one of us, but both of us off guard and guns us both to shreds. Vancouver, I would say, is gonna need some time, but I don't know about that one. That's the unlosable, and they somehow lost it.
I cannot believe it. I was so certain that we spoke that this was going to be an 8-man survive, overtime expires, and we get a draw. Like at how it was building, it looked like that was going to be the case. But you're absolutely right. Vancouver's got a 3v1. All we got to do is run away and don't shell the guy. That's a win condition in its own right. But Super makes the play. I can already hear Patrick Aches Price on the flanks tonight. I can already hear him, dude. Oh my goodness, that's unexcusable.
Dude.
Miami wins 3-0. Vancouver, I don't even know what to say, but they've got one series left before we get to Dallas, and they have to play FaZe.
Yeah. Vancouver, you did your thing. You put yourself at 2-3. You got a chance at winner's bracket, so hopefully you continue to shine like the way you did in this series.
Wow.
Miami, I'm sorry.
Anywho, if you're looking for more COD, it's not just challengers, it's also the College COD League. 2 days left for regular signups. That closes on the end of January 18th. If you find yourself in college, find 3 friends that also go to that college, sign yourself up. It is a fun time. $25,000 in total prize pool, by the way.
A lot of money.
Oh, yeah. Dude, Donnie Temp, Major Maniac are playing for Fisher this year.
We'll take it.
What? That's happening. Allie, what's up, girl?
Al!
I'm alive.
Jay, if we lost a map like that, yeah, we'd be blowing it up.
Unlosable, dog.
Unlosable. That's unacceptable. That's literally unacceptable.
That's no good. All right, we are not happy with
cow.
Vancouver's performance tonight. Allie, you picked the winning team again, though. You're pretty good at this, so you had confidence in Miami.
Welcome
what
back.
gives you such confidence in a matchup against Vancouver?
I think it's just kind of not only where Vancouver is right now, just picking up TJ, and obviously they had kind of that honeymoon match last week when we saw what he was capable of doing. But with Miami, they're a team that's always contending to try and be in that top 4 conversation. And I feel like when it comes to this organization, they've given me a lot to put that trust in them, right? So for me, it's more of just trusting the organization and trusting these players and kind of the system that they have going on over there.
Yeah, I think a big difference today, and kind of what I was looking for from Miami, was the conversions in Search and Destroy. I think they picked up 7 of them. Super finding a lot with the sniper, and converting those into round wins. Search was just so much better, and then more refined, especially in this overload. You know, we talked about how Vancouver last 2 series have won their overloads, and you know, you saw that in the game. Like a lot of time possession on the side of Vancouver, and it came down to the wire into an OT. When you needed to execute most, they just have the players who can have special moments, and Super had a special series this time around.
Can we highlight my guy Metals as well? I said he's the X factor when he's playing well. They 3-0. This was a perfect example. Let's take a look, though, at the big moment here in this game.
I'm pretty sure if you have the ball.
Wait,
but nobody has the ball. Oh my God, they're gonna
try to protect the EMP. Do not.
Oh!
He did it again! He did it again! Oh my God!
He just stamped him. He just.
That's the unlosable we were talking about. If you go to overtime, it basically becomes sudden death, search and destroy.
And we're sitting back there, and me and Joe are like, just don't chow. Everybody just sit back, just don't chow. And what happens? Miami are like, screw it, we're just gonna go fight. They start to lose the fight. We're looking at each other like, this is why you don't fight them. And then Super wins an impossible 1 versus 3. Realistically, he killed the guy right before that. So, yeah, I mean, that's terrible Call of Duty.
We got to give a shout out to Vancouver's social media manager for all of their artwork, but this was a miss. Why are we in D tier?
That's why.
Yikes.
Yeah, that's why.
Proof is in the pudding.
Because y'all have blunders like that, man. Like, we got to get into the camp, owners, everybody sit down and just ask them how. How?
I know how.
Do you?
He got bodied by the clutch master. He goes by the name of Super. At 25 years old, he has taken over the Call of Duty scene in Spain and the globe. You look at his numbers here, Allie. First in the lobby across the board in search.
Unbelievable. I mean, that map, too, was unbelievable in general. They literally could not kill him with the sniper. And when you don't have a counter in that sort of situation, the worst part is on top of that, Super's making a lot of these play calls, too. So he's allowed a lot of freedom on this map and where he wants to go.
2 clutches in search and destroy. The clutch in overload as he defends the EMP. Let's take a look, though, at his big plays here in our scuff play of the game. The man's popping off, Nameless. A 2.75 with 4 snipes.
Yeah, I got to say, listen, sometimes the ball just bounces your way. Obviously, you have to execute, but there were some moments like that one. Gets the first shot onto TJ. I thought TJ had some good shots. He was catching pixels with the sniper, too. I mean, you're talking shoulders, barely their head poking out, and then that final overload, the ball was just bouncing his way nonstop today.
Never been afraid to talk his smack and back it up.
Yeah.
Super is joining us live here in the Monster Energy Winner Circle. Super, my guy, how are we feeling today? Super, can you hear us? Are you feeling good?
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, we're feeling good today.
Can you tell me about the end of that map? Because Wheeler came in mind blown. He's like, what just happened? This was another star play from you, but some holes in their game as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what was that game 3. I don't know what they were doing because we were not getting Charles. So I don't know. It was a weird map, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, they were all sitting back and waiting for you guys. You decided to be aggressive. Just an awesome performance from you at the end there. Talk to me about the search and destroy, though. I mean, coming into it, you guys could not win rounds even after first bloods. You know, you were last there. Today, y'all found 7 of those first bloods and won a majority of those rounds. How'd you guys improve upon that?
We knew from the past matches that we had a big problem in SNDs, and we focused this week on SND especially. Yeah, we changed a bit of our positions on the map and how we want to play some situations, and I think it worked.
Definitely did, bro.
Yeah, for sure. Kind of bouncing off of that, you know, when it comes to search and destroy, it kind of felt like all of y'all's S&Ds have been really close, but it was almost like you were beating yourselves, like you were making small mistakes. So I want to know, when you guys kind of went back to the lab and we came back after this break, where you think Miami is right now in terms of comfortability in search and destroy? Say out of like 10. Like 10 being like nobody can beat us, 1 being like we don't really know what we're doing.
I would say before this week, we were in a 4 out of 10, and now maybe an 8 out of 10.
Nice.
Double up.
Love to hear that.
Not mad at that. Super, we're 2 weeks away from having brisket with you down in Texas. We'll see you soon.
Yeah, see you soon, guys. Thank you.
That is Super. He had your first scuff play of the game. When we come back, though, we've got a big battle. Paris Gentlemates looking to challenge Optic at the top. But first, they have to get through another top 5 team. Can Riyadh pull off another upset? Stay tuned. It's the CDL.
It is.
Black Ops 7 returns to the Esports World Cup in Riyadh this summer. Scan the QR code to be notified when tickets go live later this month. Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now.
battle of two top 5 squads. There's only 5 teams in the CDL with winning records, and Riyadh Falcons are one of them. MS Jasari and the Falcons family have invested in some world champions, and with the young gun Exted from Saudi Arabia popping off the way he has, they could be breaking into the top 4 today.
Yeah, it seems like they're ascending right now. And you look at this team winning 4 straight search and destroys. They have got that game mode on lock. 9-3 map count across their last 3 series. They're beating who they're supposed to beat. This is a match that a lot of people would say they're probably not supposed to win. So this is like the barometer. We're going to see where Riyadh Falcons truly stand.
I have to agree with you. They're definitely on the upward trend right now, and that was kind of the worry is, like, when is this team going to start gelling? And, I mean, they 2-3-5 G2 last week, but it's just kind of the question of, like, G2 is what? The bottom of all of our tier lists, right? So for Riyadh Falcons, I think this is a really good opportunity for them, especially with how well they've been playing in Search and Destroy and in Overload going up against Gentlemates. They'll need it because they're so good at Hardpoint, but Celium also has kind of put himself back in where he's meant to be, at the top of our index, and just kind of laying down the numbers that makes it feel impossible to catch up to.
Any good commentator knows you don't read the kill feed, you watch the mini-map, and I have to say, Riyadh may have the most impressive front line on the mini-map. There is always a trade in place.
Yeah.
They look drilled. They looked ready in their last matchup. They outclassed Minnesota, and today, I think they have potential to give Paris Gentlemates more than a run. Gentlemates were nearly taken out by Cloud9 just a week ago.
Yeah, you could make a strong argument that Gentlemates should have been 3-0'd in that matchup, right? So they've showed some kinks in their armor, and this is a Riyadh team. Ali, you talked about like the hard point. Well, both those hard points, they lost narrowly. 1 point, 16 points in the other one, right? This is a different beast, though. This Gentlemates team, the one thing that they have been dominant at has been the HP. And that's something that they're going to need to remain strong in order to contend at this major #1. Speaking of Gentlemates, I mean, plus 94 margin in Hardpoint is absurd. Like, they're blowing people out. In terms of Overload, that's the one that we're going to be looking at. You see no map pool. They're 2-0 on Den, 0-2 on Exposure. So when we get the maps mode spread here, we'll get a big indicator of what they're trying to work on.
How hard has their strength of schedule been, though? Have Paris Gentlemates been tested the same way that we're saying FaZe and Riyadh have?
Well, they 3-0'd LAT. That was a series Ghosty absolutely took over.
Yeah.
The other 2 wins, I mean, they played C9 Game 5, Vancouver in a 3-0, and they lost Game 5 to FaZe. So I think it's been decent strength.
I mean, look, I think my biggest thing about Paris Gentlemates is, like, with the way Dan has been playing since the start of the year and how consistent it's been.
He's cheating.
You can start putting it towards the like of Merc. I mean, it's green in the stats all over for Dan Ghosty, and that's your AR if you're a Gentlemates fan right now. So if you have that and that consistency in your back pocket with this kind of roster, you're going to have a good time.
That brings us to Celium versus Dan Ghosty on Exposure, and Blackheart will be seen if we get to a game #4. Who's the better flex in this scenario?
Yeah, I mean, well, first I want to talk about the maps. The Blackheart, I am so excited to watch because, talking around, coaching and stuff like that, that is a map Riyadh have been incredible at. And they were actually pretty bummed out a little bit when it got taken out before. So now that it's back in, it could be strong for them. We've seen their Colossus. Hopefully we go game 4.
All right, it's time for your scuff pick'ems. Let's lock these bad boys in. Rosalie, will you do us the honors? You and the chat have been on top of your game. You're better than Nameless and I. Where are you going tonight?
I'm going with the Gentlemates. I would have hesitated a little bit if they went on Exposure Overload once again, but I saw that Den, that map #3. I think they're going to be okay.
Nameless, I'm going with Exnid to top frag in Blackheart game 4. They win this 3-1.
Yeah, I mean, I'll go with Exnid to top frag in game 4, but I'll go with Gentlemates in the series. I think Gentlemates get it done here. They've just been a stronger team all around. But I think it'll be close, competitive.
I don't know why. I keep going with the underdog. I believe in Celium today. Dan Ghosty, though, is a force to be reckoned with, and so is this casting duo. They go guy Maven, Merc. How we doing today?
That was horrific. But no, we're doing well.
We'll figure that one out.
Yeah, we'll get there. But excited for this one in the sense of I don't know if I am as much of a believer in Falcons as maybe Ant is. I still need him to beat somebody good. They haven't beat a good team yet. On the other side, Paris have been tested a little bit more. They have a really good win under their belt. The FaZe series even, like, they smoked them above the hard points. You came out, that's one of those losses where you come out like, we need to work on search. It's early in the year. We've seen improved search. It wasn't like a bad loss. I don't know. I'm not sold on Falcons yet.
No, I mean, I think if you're a Falcons fan, you're probably right where you think you were going to be coming in this year.
Beat the teams you should, lost the teams you think they will.
Middle of the pack. It's just a question of, like, can you eclipse into the top 4?
They'd be like top 4, yeah. Which a win here would That would change my mind. This type of win would be massive, but they're running into a Red Hot Ghosty. I think the search and destroy combo is interesting because that's where some of the struggles have been for Gentle Mates. And what? We talked about Falcons being on like 4 straight. They've really started to click there. Is that the mode you're kind of looking at to be a big one between these two teams?
Yeah, I mean, I think it has to be. I mean, if Falcons can somehow take a hard point, that would be massive, right?
Well,
Is Paris, but yeah, I think you're looking at sort of 2, 3, 5, and yeah, you're right around 50% both of those if you are Gentle Mates. So some improvement needed there. But in terms of games 1 and 4, perfection.
What do you think has been the big thing for them as far as compared to like the rest of the league? Like their hard point just seems to be lights out. What's clicked for them early?
I mean, I think just sort of their roles, the teamwork, everything just kind of makes sense.
Yeah,
it makes sense.
It's like the opposite of thieves right now.
Yeah, it just makes sense. They're all on the same page. Yeah. Plus, you have just had, I don't know, this ascendancy of this guy. Ghosty, a 3-0 start. It just feels like, and then you remember Neptune, how good Surge were at hardpoint last year. This is going to be a fantastic hardpoint team all year long.
No, it's hard not to be rooting for your Ghosty, your Envoy, based on getting dropped and seeing these guys perform. Ghosty's numbers have been outrageous, especially in the, well, in everything. I was gonna say, especially the respawns, but really in everything, he has been lights out. We'll see if the team can find the results in the 2-3-5 where they've found some of their struggles. We'll hop over to Exton and POV for now. They'll see what he can do for Falcons as we get into the P2. They're finding the time. He's tucked away in the corner, and that I thought was going to be a freebie, but it's not. Sid gets there with the help. Pressure now to Kiz and Pred. Pred will be traded out, and that'll be the break. So Paris get in quickly and look to rack up some time.
I mean, that's just a deadly shoulder, right? That's what you kind of talk about. Just the Omni movement back, get forward, throwing a shoulder, baiting out some shots. Beautifully done by Envoy. Now he's collecting time. Neptune was getting aggressive through Solar. Well, I mean, you have the setup. It's now, when do you want to push through? Envoy's going to find the M15 on the ground. He's going to find the double. Then watch that number 3 Sib. Yeah, he's going to start to flip those spawns. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody on the same page. Find the last guy. That's going to be Exnid.
The info's there, though. I thought you set Envoy up to continue that streak, but it's a nice double from Exnid. He's the only presence on that side of the map, but he's going to be split between them now. Due to Neptune, due to the rest of his teams being on the other side, does he realize one was spawning behind him? I kind of doubt it. He's gonna read. Wow. He's gonna win the fight. Beautiful there from Exnid.
Yeah, I think maybe with his teammates spawning opposite side, right? He knows he's just like, all right, I'm going to get pressure. They're gonna hunt me down. But well, the spawns may not matter. Neptune's gonna find 2 immediate flood through the top window. Goes Gentle Mates, but instead of Exit, it's Kismet this time. All 4. This is what Falcons needed here at P3.
Need a little lightning plug, and maybe they're getting it now. See how much of this time they're going to be able to get. Neptune trying to take a rouse. His teammates take control through the middle of the map. Watching backdoor and dealing with that back. Should be Celium and Pred dealing with it. Pred's going to get gunned. Celium's going to get caught in the corner. The break will be there. Not a ton of time remaining in the hard point, but still 20 or so seconds you're going to earn. And if you can keep them spawning in the back, all the more power to you.
This is exactly what you want. Yeah, Gentlemate's very disciplined right there. They fight from the hill. They don't block the spawn. You want them spawning back right. They're going to have to trek across for this P4. And this P4 has been a muddy hill since the change here on exposure. And that's going to be all 4 dead. Envoy on 5 in a row. Already has the Hellstorm. And well, this is what we mean, on the same page, but that player does spawn up. Celium gets an interesting one. It looks like Neptune knows it's possible, but he loses the gunfight, but it's a quick trade there from Sid.
No, but it's just little stuff. Like we watched like the flank route, just the timing on the push in the front, like everything collapsing at the right time. It's like something we talked about with Surge a lot last year in Hardpoint. Their timing's being on, they're playing together. And the teams have been struggling so far this year, that's not really there. I know this game has some pace, and you feel like you can just fly, but you need to fly together.
No, and that's it. And then just knowing you're kind of open, he's like, hey, P4, that spawn did open as soon as that popped. We weren't really hard blocking it, so let's go ahead and check that. They were able to find Celium, and since then, this has been a clean start to this P4.
Envoy's already earned a streak, and he's going to keep on streaking. He won a 4 or 5 earlier, up to 6 in a row there. 11 and 5 start out of him, and Neptune is doing it with him. Shots are on point, double from Mr. Neptune. 15 and 8 out of him as he continues to hunt out towards mid. He's got the help there with Ghosty. Nice damage arranging. What? No hesitation. I'm going to fly. Best of luck. Not able to get back to full HP and able to apply the pressure. It just seems like the next trade is always there right now for Paris.
And again, it's like they're pushing out right when they need to, and they're spawning them at ult. It happens again. That's why you're flying. That's why Neptune's going through the middle of the map. He wants to win those gunfights, spawn Falcons behind him. The team, again, just so much. Their teamwork is on point.
It's just funny because, like, Call of Duty, like Hardpoint, of course, it's not that complicated.
It just can get really messy.
It can get very messy, but it's a game of seconds and timings and playing together and making those split-second decisions. But they make it look kind of easy, right, when they're playing together. It's been beautiful, and well, that's why they're up massively right now, up over 100 points. That lead continues to build right back into the hard point behind the streak. Neptune continues to shoot straight as a laser, front, back, to the side, everything getting locked down by Neptune right now.
Yeah, I would just say, like, yeah, Hardpoint can feel chaotic in the moment when, I don't know, someone's going off on the other team, someone's popping 2 or 3 pieces. That's just, none of that is happening right now. And when you're just going from one hill to the next, where, all right, again, 3, 4 dead right at the start, it makes it very
They made a very fast game look not even all that fast, right? Like, it has been a thing of beauty, and this is a blowout. Well, that's what I was worried about a little bit. Granted, 2-3-5 is maybe where it gets more interesting, but why I'm, I guess, a little flustered, we're not done yet, is I wanted the Falcons to at least show me they can compete with a team like this. Yeah. Right now, I'm not seeing that at all. They're getting absolutely blown off the map. This is disgusting.
No, it really is, especially with sort of like the week that you kind of had last week. 2 close hard points did Falcons have. I mean, you should argue Paris probably should have lost to Cloud9 with that map #1. Josie's got another Hellstorm, so you got multiple streaks to work with. But I think the last match for Paris was just a bit of a wake-up call. We're back to the league after the break, get the adrenaline flowing a little bit, and that's exactly what it did.
It wasn't like you could say, I mean, they barely won that map 1. Yes, the map 2 and 3 were close, but they blew them out 4 and 5. Yeah. Like, yes, it was a 5-game series. You could say they could have lost the map 1, maybe should have, but they ended up smoking them in 4 and 5.
They should have. Should have been 3-0, but it doesn't matter. Should have, could have, would have. Should have, could have, would have.
But like, the only 2 maps that were blowouts were by them. Like, they ended up handling business late in that series. Streak for Neptune will come to an end. He is leading everybody by a significant margin. 23 from Neptune. We saw the talent on display. It was exciting to have him back in the league last year and the difference maker he was for that Surge team. Now, what a weapon he is for Paris Gentleman's Ghosty. He gassed him up so much. He was surprised nobody else was really going after him, some of the top squads. Couldn't be happier to have him on the squad, and Mr. McLeod putting in damage, 26 and 13.
I mean, we're about to be done on the 7th hill of the map.
Yeah, no, this is a slaughter.
This is the 7th hill of the map. Neptune 5 more in a row. His life continues. Can Falcons get in? Well, they also lost rotation. I don't think they're going to get in either. Sibs pushed this out. Sibs 8 and 16. He took this map off. I don't even blame him.
He's like, good shit, boys.
Yeah, we're frying. You guys are the best. We're the best.
Wow. A slaughter in the map 1. That is honestly what I was a bit worried about in this matchup. Like, I know Ant has them in the top 5. I get it, I guess, with like what's going on with Thieves and everything, but like, we haven't seen an impressive win yet from this Falcons team. Maybe this is one of those scenarios. We've had a couple series this year. I'm thinking of like what, Miami and Toronto, one where I was like, oh God, this series is done after map 1. It gets very interesting. So we're not done yet, but like that is one of the better or bigger ass whoopings we've seen on the year.
Yeah, no, it's probably the best one.
Yeah,
in terms of just like pure discipline, hardpoint might be the best map of the year. But yeah, I mean, I don't know, right from the start, they had the brace at P2. I think that was the only rotation that Falcons won, was that first P2 when we were on Exit's POV, and he puts the shots in, and then Envoy just kind of fries him. After that, it was ugly.
It's just this weird thing of like, I don't know, play with pace, but play with patience as well. Like, the pace needs to come at the right timings. You need to work together on these collapses and breaks, especially at hardpoint. And Paris were so good at it throughout. Yeah, they just made a crazy fast game, one of the fastest games we've had in the history of our esport. Look pretty simple with the dominance they displayed.
Yeah, I mean, the map helps, right? Exposure sort of a longer map, and just,
true.
You know, I mean, spawns make sense. That absolutely helps you out.
Yeah,
when the game does make sense. Shout out Treyarch, but yeah, I mean, yeah, flip the spawns at the right time, spawn that old when they needed to. I mean, they did it 3 hills in a row, and you're asking this Falcons team to break over and over. And it's just not easy to do when you're not finding kills.
No, they weren't having fun. They weren't finding kills. They weren't finding time.
You're just talking about the next map at this point.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Maybe halfway through that map you were talking about it.
I mean, you got to think. I mean, brother, it was what, like 140 to like 48 or something. There's a stretch here of like, yeah, 110 to 5 or something. I mean, it was disgusting. Yeah, they got to be, I mean, maybe not fired up if you're Paris. You guys, the other day in the lab, Pred just got flashbanged in the forehead after that one. He's stunned up. Well, I mean, I don't know how else you react. Like, all right, brush that off. Focus on the. But listen, we focused on the 2 and 5. For the search has been good. They're on what, 4 straight.
Yeah, that's really all you should talk about.
But the tough part for them is like, you got to think. Especially, I know there's been a series since then. We've had some time off and whatnot. But like, the big thing goes. He said they got to work on a search and destroy. I'm excited to see if maybe they've been finding some improvements there. That's the big takeaway after the phase loss. And the phase loss doesn't look as bad right now.
No,
at the time, I was like, I mean, we thought FaZe were solid in some spots, but it looks a little different now after that went up versus off.
No, it does. Yeah, and I mean, yeah, I think Paris, like, you just have some really strong S&D players as well. In Envoy and Ghosty.
Yeah, sure.
They're going to figure this out and see how they want to play. We're doing a raid, search, and destroy. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not worried whatsoever if I'm Paris. They're going to figure out search.
Yeah, we'll see if that figuring out happens quickly, and maybe going to be one of our favorites going into Major 1. We still got a couple of weeks of action before we get there. And listen, a lot of teams, several teams, even at the top, have had like some good wins, some bad losses. I mean, you look at Optic, you look at Thieves. Some of our top teams, like you've looked really good in spots and you've looked really bad in spots. It's going to happen to everybody. I mean, same for Paris. You know, they didn't, even though they beat Cloud9, it wasn't the wasn't the prettiest of wins. You can't expect to be the best at all times. I think that's why, as much as like I want more matches, having less matches sometimes puts more pressure on them, highlights your weaknesses and strengths and things you really need to work on. We're gonna take a look at some stats here before we get ready for the search and destroy, though. And these have been the S&D stars for him. Sib on one side, Selim on the other. Cell, after a slow start, has been fired.
No, especially in search and destroy. I mean, 1.79, just unreal stuff from him. And he's also been the guy like opening, finding those first bloods, but just the average damage per round. The guy's pretty much getting a kill a round. Just ridiculous stuff from him.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know if he's gonna put up the same stats maybe he has when he was on that FaZe team. Very, very different roster. He has different responsibilities. He's still, well, his responsibility is still get kills, put in damage. That's always probably gonna be Selim's way. After starting slow, though, he has gotten back. He's sitting around like a 1-2 or something. He's kind of back to that MVP type stats, but you know where that's gonna go away? Is matches like this. I mean, yes, he did it against teams they're better than. Okay, I understand he can do that. Can you do it here against the top?
Yeah, I mean, it didn't start that way. Yeah, we're playing with some of the other top teams. Didn't start that way for him, so. And well, it didn't start so far this match. In map number 1.
No, it did not. No, it did not.
But as we said, I mean, search and destroy for him has been unbelievable. Just gonna have to bring it here in these matchups. Like, yeah, this is how this team is probably gonna beat some of these top teams, is through a 2-3-5.
Yeah, man, hope he can steal a hard point from time to time. But yeah, it's going to be a lot of 2-3-5 with the hard point looking the way it did, at least in that map number 1. Selim, as you said, he's been dealing damage early in rounds. We'll see if he can find the opener here. Taking a route will be Neptune. Trying to spot him still is Cell, as we're having this kind of one-on-one on the other side. But it looks like Neptune is going to sneak through, and he's just got, he is going to get caught. Cell, Spidey senses tingling. He's going to pick it up and find the kill, and there's the first blood.
And I thought Bomb was starting to go down, but they're going to hop off of that. Maybe just do the info that MC has, or maybe Nade just thrown through the middle, so they don't want to get shot. So actually, he's going to hop off of it. Now going to restart that. Everybody in a group on up now. Ghosty taking some damage. Selim finds his second on Envoy. Just backs up to his team, plays inside art. Beautiful stuff from him. He should be on for an ace, but I think a stun or a nade, it connects. Pred's got his back.
Cell 2, Pred 2, but Cell calls round early on. Gets the blood, gets the second, gives him a 4v2 early, and well, allows for an easy situation towards Bomb. Exit very vocal during the break, but honestly, Cell was kind of, yeah, that island player on the offside did a great job just making sure Neptune didn't sneak through and then getting back to his team to help out.
And it looked like they were looking for him. Paris was. They were looking top bedroom, but he never really showed or never spotted anyone, right? Neptune was playing through waterside, and yeah, just sort of a timing. All right, around this time, I have to turn around, check the full flank as they could get under me. And well, that was the right call from MC.
Yeah, I thought MC was maybe just going to flank for a second and not push through, but yeah, he is pushed through, gets caught. Let's see how the offense fares for the Paris Gentlemen. Boys, we showed Sib as being one of their difference makers in search and destroy. Ghosty already tagged up in a little bit of trouble. Sib's going to get dropped immediately with pressure up through mid-map, trying to trade out his Envoy, but maybe a dead slide or just great shots. He's not able to get out of harm's way. Numbers quickly for Falcons, and it's down to just Neptune. Great stuff out of Falcons thus far.
I mean, just dominate middle of the map, right? And Bomb happens to be there, so it's going to be that much tougher for Neptune. M15 in hand, but as soon as you see all three going to fly at you, just don't want to give any free kills away. Pred almost gets caught, but just gets behind the rock, and here we go. Falcons going to soar. They're going to fly on through, try to catch Neptune. 40 seconds, not a lot of bullets in that main weapon either.
Yeah, buys himself enough time, though, to get the reload away, but good luck with this. Xnid, lasers, nice shots there to close out the round. And this is a map I think we haven't seen a ton of, and I think it's partially due to the differences in how it plays, due to the past, but it's one of those maps that maybe if you do like it and it's in your back pocket, you're going to be able to catch people, because it seems like one a lot of teams don't want to play.
Yeah, no, I think sort of the middle Zay thing is a big change, but I think that got updated recently, so we'll see if that changes anything for some squads. But yeah, I think in the past, it's a lot of sort of mid-map control defensively, and on attack, it's just I don't know, where do you want to plant the bomb, right? Where do you want to decide to go? Try to throw some fakes. Just keep the opponents on their toes.
2-0 to Falcons. Pred yet to die. Well, they nearly lose people early with the pre-nades out towards the back driveway. They've wrapped this completely out to the other side. Cell looking for an opener, and his guy is not missing right now. Envoy is going to get one at the same time, well, right before. He'll technically be credited with the first blood, but Sib just making sure he doesn't give the angle to Cell here. He's going to, well, he does give it to Cell. He challenges to get one and gets traded out instantly. So Cell now up to 3 straight. 2 versus 2. Pred's POV here.
I say you'd have a big one-on-one the opposite side of the map, but I think he just spotted Neptune. So he almost was getting caught. Pred was just trying to hit a long route or a late flank. Well, now they have so much info, so pretty soon Cell should have to turn around here. At least that's what he would think, but maybe just going to go for this bomb plant. So, I mean, they've pretty much cleared everything, I guess, outside of basketball. Yeah, just peeking it now. What is this timing like? Well, he's going to spot him.
Spotsman stays up. Pred now inching forward. He's able to catch one. Damage into the second. Neptune will get the kill. 1 versus 1. Just under 20 to go. Cell not planting. Hunting for the kill. Nice little jump peek. Takes some damage, though. Great clutch there from Neptune to win the 1 versus 2. That's one I'm probably picking Cell all day in that type of gunfight. But Neptune, beautiful play there behind the rock.
Yeah, I mean, just hits a little jump up, right? Able to change up the angle there. Has the M15. That's going to help him out. And, well, yeah, I think maybe Celium jumping up there just takes his aim away just for half a second. Or just the rock. The rock is the strength in that fight, but beautiful stuff out of Neptune.
I mean, Cell, we know how good in one-on-one fights he is. He's like giving himself advantage in what feels like every scenario. They're just not able to find it. Neptune. And that's a massive win, just based on how this search was going to get around on the board, stop kind of the flood that was coming in from Falcons. 1-2 looking a lot better than 0-3. Sib, his turn to laser. Cell taking out the early round. That's a big pick for Gentlemates.
Just no early pressure from middle of the map through from the defensive team. So you're just going to take those gunfights, had multiple members challenging there. And now you have this A bomb side open. You have laundry control due to Envoy, so Falcons gonna have to retake 3 versus 4.
Planner will get out clean. Ghosty stun, trying to get away. He's got help to work with here. Pred's got the snipe out. We'll see if he can get set up to hit an angle here.
Yeah, it's just none of the angles are really
not ideal.
Yeah, where they're playing from. They're playing double laundry and then close rock. I mean, the one player is really Neptune, but he's all the way back driveway. So it's not like you're playing around ring for the sniper to hit, but it may not matter. Pred's gonna hit 1, but the big thing is the time. The Falcons, they have to go, and it does not matter. It just takes a little bit too long there. And don't find the kills.
Yeah, in a lot of situations, having a snipe is great in search and destroy. There, not the best. Yeah, with the setup you have from Gentlemates, it's the fact that time is against you. I mean, they get a clean plant down. You're down a man already. Not ideal part to have snipe.
Yeah, if you have like a ring set up there, or maybe you can sort of jump over top laundry or jump through middle of the map and check those angles, maybe there's a chance. But the way they're playing double laundry, it's like they knew he had that. Just don't give him anything. Yeah, it's exactly what happened.
Back-to-back rounds now for Gentlemates. A lot of talk was Cell in the early rounds. All the first bloods you were finding if you were Falcons, but then Envoy was able to get 1. Sib, his turn in that round. Suyu finds the success in the opening of this round. Sib looks like snipe out for a second for a peek, and he's going to swap out of it. Pred, no snipe in hand. Neptune, water route in round 1. Didn't turn into anything for him. Will it this time? Yes, it will. There's a blood for him. He's got a lot of company here. Can he get out of this with his life, or can he find a second kill?
Well, he's going to keep going. He goes on through. He almost gets his second one. You had some shots in over the top from Envoy. But yeah, almost made a play out of that. At least gives his teammates the info. Look at Sib and Yoshi's position. They pretty much have them trapped in.
Yeah, that's a tough gunfight for Exted. For Sib with a car heady. Beautiful shots from Sib. I think Exted, he was frustrated. He's like, yeah, I'm not winning that fight.
No.
He's even holding that angle. Like, that's going to be a tough one.
I mean, plus you drop bombs, so 30 seconds. So split here, and you got to take the gunfight again. And because bombs there, Sib's just going to hold it.
Yep, he's going to hold it. And well, Sib is one of those guys that's probably not going to lose that gunfight from that position. He's on 4 in a row now, 5 and 3. Beautiful stuff out of him. Honestly, feels like his first kind of pick Things have turned around for this Genomates team since that point. Sib got going, and so did this roster from down 0-2, now up 3-2. Dan Ghosty smiling.
Yeah, and last offense, they really focused on middle of the map here. So we'll see if Falcons try to challenge this. You obviously have the top Z jump up. But it feels like you're gonna have to, I don't know, use that sniper to either watch it if you have it, or just sort of old school, just maybe 3-4 challenge it.
I wonder what Neptune is going to do from his spot. It's like one of those positions. It's a great, you get up and get a blood, but like, where do you go from there? It's like, do you tuck in a corner, wait for help, play it aggressively, and hope you catch
it's
one?
tough because your teammates kind of have to leave you after you get the first one. There's no way really for them to get there.
Yeah, and I mean, he doesn't know, obviously, it's like a 3-man setup there, but got info, got a kill, and while his teammates handled the rest. Damage through mid again from Sib.
Well, and again, Paris just so fast to the middle, so you actually don't chow it. You at least go 1-for-1, though. So you pretty much give up kitchen control if you are Falcons, but that may be a problem.
Sib wins another one-on-one. He's on 6 straight now. Working the plant, earning himself a streak. Cell gonna get caught now, all on Pred, 1 versus 2. Otherwise, this is 4 straight rounds for Paris, and the wheels have come off for Falcons. They can't stop this momentum unless Pred walks away with something clever here.
One more bullet there. One more bullet. Sib just gets away. He has the smoke. Put some more shots into Josie, but with time, it's just going to be so difficult to do now. And there we go. Sib's going to win another gunfight. And while this is what we talk about, I don't know, if you look at Raid, I mean, even since BO2, I mean, Cold War, once you stop, like, playing with confidence through the middle of the map and taking space as a team, just feels like you get picked apart, and that's what's happening in the Falcons.
And, well, it was a little bit easier when they were getting the first blood early in rounds. That control came a lot quicker. Not finding anything now. Got to be frustrated. And this is where, your great search teams, this is where the adjustments come. You've given up 4 straight. How do you adapt to what Paris is throwing at you? Kiz and Exit, chatting through it. A huge round. And the problem is, though, you got that streak, though, on Sib, too. Like, well, I'm glad we spotlighted Sib and his search and destroy before this one.
It's worked out. Sometimes that doesn't happen. Well, you should call right away. You don't see anything poolside, and well, if they're ring, you should be able to get a kill. The problem is, it takes a little bit to call in.
Sure does.
But he's just gonna go. The one player is on Bob. That's Xnid. It's not gonna connect at first, but the big missile will hit one.
Okay, so Pred is gone. Another blood over to Paris, and they're just gonna plant quickly off of that. And Selim is giving them a chance. Takes out Ghosty. That's one where you probably don't want to drop if you're Ghosty. Just wait to take a post-plant.
Yeah, just wait for your teammates to get to you.
Yeah.
But maybe he just gets ripped. You never know.
Well, it's Cell. Probably did. I'm just speaking in hypotheticals. Hypothetically, you'd love to not get caught there. Yeah, play the 4v3 retake, or not even take a gunfight to get 3 retake, but Cell is just picking them apart. After the missile hit, it has been all Cell. Sib can't find the angle. Last up is Neptune. The Falcons really needed a round. They need to turn the tides, and well, you survive a streak.
Yeah, it's massive.
We spotlighted Sib and Cell, and while they've both been putting on a show, we didn't see it from Cell's POV, but I'm going to go ahead and guess he was lacing the competition. I think he pushes in to get another. Falcons, after losing 4 straight, on the board.
I mean, you have the streak, you have all the info. I mean, maybe you just don't want Sib to have the snipe there in that kind of round, but early on, he was just watching mid-zig. But yeah, I mean, they know sort of Ghosty just can't die there.
No, and honestly, because Sib has the snipe, it makes Ghosty's death even worse or more painful for the team. Honestly, I'm sure Dan knows it. Like, it's just one I can't die. But it is also COD, and yeah, he might just throw a shoulder and just got absolutely beamed. Or it's one of those where we're on 4 straight rounds and he's taking gunfights. I don't know. I'd have to see how that one went down. But fact is, Cell ends up picking him apart. And now no more streak. Sib, though, he's still up there. 9-4 out of him. Little peek over top mid with the snipe. Hit with a nade. No follow-up, though, so he is still up and hoping maybe Xnid's going to peek.
Kismet gets aggressive. I was going to say, so Kismet, I think he takes the same water route that Neptune normally does.
Yeah.
And Neptune's not watching it. So you get a first blood. Now, Kismet's worried there's more people here, but there's not. Very spread round here from Paris. Still not a ton of mid control that was early from Falcons. But you allowed Kismet to make a play. Now you're just going to give this up. We have the numbers. Let's just play with that. Play the retake.
No, great job. Because the only way they get caught there is, they were trying to combo some nades to look like in the laundry, but Pride able to back out of that and stay up. Sib hits a snipe. That would have been a real great. He's a psycho. He's a psychopath. Okay.
4 HP, huh?
Yeah. No, he is a psychopath.
That's your ex-teammate.
Dude, I love it though. What was it? Was it the case on turn of the kickoff? That was like a massive round, and he just sprinted out mid on like.
He's still doing it. This guy's playing a pub right now.
He's a nut job. Yeah, he like hit market, right?
Yeah.
On Scar, just with a sniper. We're like, all right, just slid out. Kismet checks it, doesn't realize he's there. He might be able to get the kill after the plant though. Ghosty able to snap back and get it. What an insane sequence of timings there. 2 versus 2 now. 35 in the post plant.
Here we go. Pred starting to work inside a ring. I mean, they have the info. They know their laundry side. But it's about winning the gunfights now. Great shots again from Ghosty, but Envoy's the one who's going to get picked. 1 versus 2, 20 seconds to go. He's going to find the first, but the number's strong for Falcons. Nice plays there out of Kismet and Pred.
I don't know what that Sib round was. I love him.
Well, that's an ace for Kiz, right? Yeah?
I love him. Is it? He got the early blood?
Well, 4, they won 2 rounds.
No, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Some big moments from Kiz, though. No, that's the one that confused. When I see 4 straight up there, my head sometimes like ace. Kiz, this was insane. He just checks it. It's just no angle to spot it.
Yeah,
and then it gets planted right afterwards. Like, oh, lit.
And Dan hits the backslide and has the M15, and he's just like, okay, I have 22 HP.
Oh, Kismet nearly got evaporated. Yeah. That would have been a real frustrating death, but instead it's a round win. And now we're back tied up 4-4. Falcons' success has been off the back of their Surge and Destroy, and they're bringing it back now. They were the team that need to make adjustments. Now, well, really Paris, they need to do that, because it is mid-map pressure and space for Falcons. Pretty passive out of Paris for now.
And well, Celium doesn't see any poolside, so he says, hey, kids, come plant this bomb. So B bomb side is open. Gonna trust this guy, trust the info, nothing inside a pool. So another 4 versus 4. The one player on an island is Exton. This is a tough scenario because you can get double chowed, but you can also just get left on an island, right? Your teammates could be in a 3 versus 4, and that's what's going to happen.
Yeah,
so Exton, he needs his teammates to find enough kills, and well, they're going to do just that. Now he can get involved.
He's not even going to be needed, I don't think. Or will he? He's finally getting involved in the action. Sib, though, last up. The team ices it up for him near the site. Yeah, they tried to cut it up through mid. Take him out of the play. Unfortunately, didn't find any success there. 3 straight now for Falcons. It felt like the map was getting away from them, but now they're on match point.
And I mean, that round, they finally take some mid control, but the rounds previous, they've just been giving it up, allowing Sib to snipe from there, just playing around the retakes, playing around the objectives, using their teamwork. So it's nice stuff from them, but we'll see what Paris goes back to on their attack.
Paris trying to push us to a round 11. Falcon just trying to bounce back after getting just annihilated in that map 1. But hey, you win this, you're tied up 1-1. Doesn't really matter.
Yeah, well,
how you get your map wins.
Let's say there we go. So Paris just goes right down the middle again. But look at this switch up. You're gonna get 3 through the flank quickly from Falcons. Just who picks up on this? You're gonna have what, Ghosty inside a Zig. Doesn't look like he gets spotted, though, or spots them. They're going to have no idea.
Sib is dead to rights. Sib has no idea. Ngozi's going to lose his fight. What a change of pace from the Falcons. They'll cut them apart. All on Envoy. Neptune now to clutch up. Neptune gets spotted mid. If he walks away with a wondrous double there, he did one more bullet. It was 4 HP. But now Envoy. 20 seconds to go. Likely gonna need to get a kill or 2. There's the first. Pops for the second. Double chowed and drop. Falcons bring it back. They give up 4 straight, then they win 4 straight. Falcons take it 6-4, and now we're tied up. And what you see on the Parasite, some of the good moments in Search, you see in some of the moments that they collapse. And that one, we wanted to see some of the change of pace, some of the adaptations you were going to get from Falcons. I mean, yeah, the 3-man hit through the flank. And Ghosty's timing, he checks it twice, just checks it right before and right after they get through.
Yeah, I mean, Paris, the one like real blenders, maybe that 4 versus 3 with the street, that's probably the round they're really kicking themselves.
And that's also that's the turnaround round for Falcons. That's the first of their 4 straight.
And on the other side, like, then deeper in it, it's just sort of like their retakes in their setups, right? Just the info that they had. They just didn't have the information. Ghosty gets some awful timing. It feels like you know, if one of his teammates has mid control, maybe he can just watch the full flank. But just great stuff from Falcons because they don't really contest middle. They try to play around the outsides of the map, the outskirts of the map. Kismet makes some big plays. That last round, they made some adjustments. Just great stuff from them in that map too.
They get the dub. I mean, the question is really going to be, can they get a dub in the respawns, though, based on how that map 1 went. But impressive search and destroy display. Really, some great rounds out by the teams. What? Sib puts up 1,300 damage, 12 and 7. The guy's a psychopath on the map. The 4 HP snipe chow mid was something. If you would have found an angle hit a shot, though, I mean,
and sometimes that person in that scenario just doesn't expect it.
Oh,
just why would you? Just trying to catch them off guard almost does.
That's what he's thinking. Yeah, it's just that reach out that catches you in COD and you get dropped. But we'll be tied up 1-1. Nice run arounds there for the Falcons as they will tie us up. The respawn, we'll see if Falcons can take one. This has been one of their tougher tests on the season. We'll be back after the break.
Oh my god, he's so nervous.
Oh my god, MC, you're better.
Oh my god, let's
you are so fucking good.
Dante, don't tell that, bro. You fucking suck.
Oh my.
Nice. Come on.
Hey, we got that. What are we trolling, bro? Go. Let's go. Holy shit. Let's go clutch up there. One's got front door, you guys.
Front door. Hold front. Back door. One shot. Back right. Back. You went back.
And inside calls game.
Come on, baby!
That's what
Go!
Solo season 1 shot.
He's dead.
That's it. They can go there deep. That's it.
Yo, pinch.
Nice, let's go. That's above you. He went down. Down.
Absolute, my bad. He's one shot. You guys got this. You got this. Money for you. Way better.
Nice!
Let's go.
If I lose that, then just take the Porsche away. Alright.
Another car, come on.
Yeah!
Open time! Quinn is in! Real! Gets it! 5 for the win! Real! Holding it on! Lucky gets the final kill! And what a map!
Scrap follows up with another one. It's all going to be on to Brezzy now to make the play, and he can't do it. This is dominant from Ultra. Scrap just stood up, celebrated, took off his headset. You got another round, bud.
He's locked. He said, my bad.
Monster Energy, the official energy drink of the CDL. Look like the pros to play like the pros. The CDL team skins are available now. Scan the QR code or check out the in-game store now. Scuff, official controller of the CDL.
We are back. Falcons have tied it up after the search and destroy. We'll take a look at some highlights before we get into the map 3. Looking forward to Overload. Any opening thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's what sort of the desk talked about. For Paris, you're 2-0 on this map. You're 0-2 on exposure. How the map vetoes work out, you're able to get this map. So you're feeling confident, especially after the map 1 respawn.
Yeah, I would think so. But maybe you slow the passion a little bit as Falcons managed to walk away with the search and destroy win. But yeah, as much as that was an impressive win, it's still, I guess in my head, I'm like, if Paris just execute a little bit better on that streak round, maybe a search and destroy, they win. It seems like they're still a couple plays, a couple moments away from being like a really good search and destroy team.
Yeah, it's just like sort of mid and end round, like post plants, just like kind of, I mean, it could even just be particular into that map, but just in general, it just feels like sort of the start of their rounds, how they want to play the map. Seems to be working well. But
yeah, well, listen, we've had teams in the past, always go back to like your old Luminosity team or something that's like really, really good at respawn, and like search doesn't click for them. This doesn't feel like that. This feels like this is a team that should be good at search as well.
I never played for Luminosity. I have no idea what you're talking about.
Yeah. But it feels like they should figure this out, right? Like,
yeah, no,
it's not like they're going to be really good at hardpoint and struggle in search all year. Like, they have the pieces to be good at search. They do.
And sometimes like later in those rounds, just sort of comms of what do we have? Just keeping that small talk up as the round develops. Yeah, all need to get on the same page. Still very early in the year.
Map 3 now. Dan, you said Paris 2-0. Look to move that out to 3-0. The opening gunfights, you know how crucial they can be in a map 3 regardless of mode. And while it is all Paris early, but that's a big one from Kismet to at least stop BMP for a moment. Will that delay be enough? It's enough to get your teammates off spawn, and Neptune, he needs to walk away with something there. He doesn't. He gets a kill or two. Maybe you push it forward. But honestly, I think that's Kiz. Kiz's pick is probably everything from a timing standpoint to delay an opening score.
Yeah, it looks like someone also pre-stunned Neptune. Just to know that he's already that far forward into that B hut, because if he has a chance to get a kill or two, yeah, it's probably already 1-0. So
I didn't realize that hit, so yeah, that's a big difference too.
I mean, the fact that he's able to get that, well, it still may not matter. Just right off a spawn, you're going to get a bunch of kills, 5 in a row as a squad, 1-0 Paris on the board.
Yeah, I feel like Neptune died a second ago. He's already getting kills in their spawn.
Yeah, no, he just ran up the middle of the map.
Sure did. Guy plays, I don't even say reckless, just without fear, man. It is very, very fun to watch. A little win on one side for Cell. Cell attack on a second, but holding the line on this side of the map will be Paris. They're going to wrap this bottom. They're going to leave Neptune on there to keep people honest, maybe. Or just maybe catch a kill as they rotate out. He's not going to be able to do that. He'll delay the wrap for a second, but you got to wait here for a moment. You got to wait for Neptune to get back off spawn, see what he can work up through middle.
Yeah, but I just like seeing that from Paris, right? Did it off a roof spawn. That's sort of this. You want it on the opposite side. That's where you're going to score the most if you are Paris. And a lot of times we've seen teams throughout the year just waste so much time. As soon as that first goal comes in and it spawns roofs, it feels like you're just wasting minute after minute trying to score A.
Yeah,
and you kind of ruin your good side. So Paris heads up play. Now the big thing is the reset here. Is that going to happen, or can they get to it before it does reset?
They do. That's a big scoop. No reset. Back up towards top. You got a 2-on-2 here for the score. Big gunfight's going down. Envoy able to get 2. Scoop it, but can he actually get through to the score? Not going to happen. It's actually Sib's nade that's going to catch him. President nade over the top, maybe to give him a little bit of help. It's actually going to be the goal line defense. And then Ghosty's going to nade Sib. None of the frags connecting on the right players right now for Paris. This might set up a counter score for Falcons.
Yeah, you just got to deal with this one player, but Envoy and Sib both find kills. So if that goes a little bit cleaner, yeah, it's probably a tap. It's probably 1-1. The good thing for Paris is at least they know their nades where they want them to hit. They do hit. They hit in that area.
Well, and Ghosty takes an incredible route up through mid, flanks 2 players. They both line up. I think he gets 2 basically for free. He's going to drop, and he's going to be the crucial opening leg to help push this forward. Sib walks away with a triple. Exit counters with 2. The wackiness goes down, and where I thought maybe Paris were going to get a score, the defense holds for Falcons.
Yeah, it's just tough. You have to get across, right?
Yeah,
I mean, leaving that garage area, trying to get by the Jeep. A lot of the times there's a closer spawn towards A as well. So, yeah, just immediately Falcons had that flank. So dealing with this first pressure from Paris, so far so good for them. And now trying to take a roof side. Pred's working up the gut, and here's a scoring chance here for Falcons.
Pred, you need to get that kill. Sib being so annoying, though. Nice little snapback from Pred. Sib still weak on the reach out. And Pred, from frustration to a double. Beautiful out of him, and there's the score. 1-1, but now is where it's tricky. We're going to bounce all the way to the bottom side. You already have a setup for Paris. They're in position to turn this into a quick counter cap. But everyone's going to group up there defensively, try to lock it down. Last person is going to be your EMP carrier. Ghosty gets 1, but can't do much else. So good job on one side, then good job grouping up on the other.
No, that's really it. I mean, just, yeah, we see those counters happen
all the time.
Quite often. But just heads up play, make sure you have that cross. Stuns and nades are connecting.
Well, it's like you invest so much to score from this side on B. Like, it can be so... You like put everything behind that score.
Well, then when you're going to score B, they're spawning A side, right? So they have that quick spawn. It's right where that EMP is, and they just go. But you had enough bodies in the area to deal with that. And well, now they have EMP control. Now it's just a question of where do you want to go? And it seems like they're pressuring both sides. Paris, though, starting to rotate over towards A.
And what Falcons couldn't find in the map 1 at all, I mean, granted, very different modes. Any freedom, any openings, like they were just kind of manhandled, and the entire pace of the game was dictated by Paris. Here, they found their openings, and that's been crucial for players like Pred. I mean, he's 12-7 on 5 in a row. To me, that says you've had some semblance of control at times, because that's giving him freedom.
And they've played great defense, because, I mean, that's where their first score really stemmed from, was a defensive play over towards A. 20 seconds. Still pressure onto Paris, and well, Exton's the last guy here. He knows the last player's mid-cut, so he's gonna go for this. Problem is, he gets in somehow. The little hop, a slide in from Exton, and they are up.
I thought he died before he got through, but he gets in. That was insane. Heads up play from Xnid.
I thought there's no way.
No, me either. Like, you had 2 players look like they were gonna be in a position to stop that.
Normally you turn that corner and just get smoked.
Get clothesline. I thought he did. I thought he did get smoked. But he got through for the score.
You had to replay that.
No, honestly, I was like, dude, was it forward momentum and the ball just like rolled through? What happened there? I thought he got stopped short, but it's so fast. I have to see it again. But I mean, the fact is, he put it through. Up 2-1. Now we flip sides. And we'll take a look at the opening moments, and it is quickly a score for Paris, but they had a couple other opportunities. I don't know, what would he highlight the most? The defense from Falcons?
Yeah, I think the defense was just strong. So yeah, I mean, I guess maybe it's like Ghosty slide? Like Ghosty slide? Maybe the second player.
I still don't know if he got in on that.
Maybe the second player wasn't looking at it.
Yeah.
Or maybe it was caught sprinting. But
I still thought he got so short. But what do I
doesn't
know?
matter.
I'm not a referee.
Yeah.
Bring out VAR. Envoy looking through. They had a really good start to the last half. Looking to start strong here. And then, well, they had opportunities, honestly. They probably had more offensive chances. It's just they weren't able to execute. See if they can do a little bit better here. And they need to stop a guy like Pred. Like, Pred was finding his routes, finding his timings. If he's leading the lobby, he's one of those guys when you're dying to him, it's usually annoying. It's frustrating. You know it is. They've got to deal with him. And this is one of those maps where, yeah, your Preds, your shots easier. There are a lot of openings and lanes you could find where the timings work out. You just light it up.
Yeah, well, we saw Neptune do it kind of early and then slow down a bit.
Yeah.
He's able to get going early in this half, but it's really just a stalemate throughout this first minute. Both teams just fighting for map control. Exton's gonna get spotted by Neptune. They know that's the first play they have to deal with. Falcon's just gonna jump through a window, but Neptune's already here. Is what, Paris down 1, series tied up 1 apiece. Let's go to a listen with Genomates.
We got both. Nice. Let's go all spawn.
Come left.
Probably spawn window. Yeah. He could be left or fucking.
I don't see anything
left with him. Yeah, go left. You guys go left.
I'm just holding outer P2.
One shot. Really weak.
Nice. There's gonna be more here.
Yo, outer Kismet, one shot.
I spawned.
They're gonna be captured. It was Kiss. Nice, good shit. Last guy might be pitching.
I don't see couch.
Pitching. Really
I'm
weak.
just going for it.
Go for it. I have the pitch.
He's front broken. Really weak.
Just leaving him, bro.
I'm getting window heady on me. I'm trying to lift.
I have a child. Jed.
Nice.
Keep me back. Keep me somewhere there.
Close outer.
Nothing small.
I'm trying outer.
Small exit. One shot. Outer so. One shot small and then outer Kiss. Outer Kiss.
John's getting quick.
He's on the point now. He's on the point now.
He's still close right. Nice. Just keep playing, Dante.
There's 2 there, bro. Outer and behind the tree.
I'm pitching their top
three. Outer wrapping. Yeah, I'm going
outer
right.
and behind the tree.
Yo, window late. Hit him once with the ball.
Server.
What's he, Trev?
I'm
going to make cut.
Already through lockers. He's on point. Nice. Good job.
Yo, Kismet, one shot.
2 more mid cut.
2 blitzing it. You gotta live. You gotta
close.
Top window cell. He'll have drop in a second.
I rope. I have interchill.
I'm waiting.
I didn't get the pinch.
I got naded. I have a trophy there.
I'm needing it.
Crossing. Dead. Ball in. Short. And short and 2 by ball. Nice. Last in lockers and ball.
Alright.
Right, it's in lockers.
Wait, ball in lockers?
I spawned deep.
Yo, in lockers, that.
Nice.
On the heady.
I got him.
Excellent. Nice. They're gonna be Dojo. I needed it.
Dojo.
Nice.
3 guys, come on.
I want server quick.
I'm pitching mid. I'm wrap mid.
I'm getting your dojo.
Yo, mid cut that.
Nice. Weak on A. 2 on A.
I got one on A.
Server to B.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, back right A. Excellent.
I'm cutting the cross. I'm cutting your B cross. Unless one's already there. Yo, 2 there.
2 more.
3 there. Yeah, last 2.
I'm going left.
Where are they?
They're back.
Last 2 with ball. I spawned right. Nice. I'm here. I'm server right now. They're going right.
He's really weak back right. There's 2 back right patio.
Anything Dojo.
They're holding the ball
server,
back.
2 back right.
I don't see servers.
I'm top window.
I think they're going to listen, and we've seen really the rest of this. It's been good defensive stands on like that 10-yard line for the Falcons, and then I think you heard the frustration from Parison with some of the Pred kills, like him getting in behind enemy lines, finding an opener, and it just turning the tides.
Yeah, I would say, like, honestly, for Parrot, they have to start talking names so that can happen. Your first players off spawn know that Pred's already pushed up.
That's a good point. There wasn't any of that.
Yeah, we saw from Celium's point of view, or right when we got into it, when he gets that 2-piece at P2, they knew they were looking for one more. But I mean, you're just playing.
This is the turtle.
Yeah, I mean, you're just playing a keep away right now if you are Falcons.
I mean, like, back in the day, we talked about this like CTF or something. You turtle, you might, yeah, it is a risk. You might get caught, and this could turn into multiple scores if things fall apart. But so far, with the cover they've got in the back, they've been able to deal with it.
And the big problem
do it for 50 more seconds.
Yeah, the big problem is when like you start to find clean kills, you're not spawning up with nades, right? They're attacking you again with tax, with nades, and that's when things really fall out apart. But there are some trades, so those players will come up. But we really haven't seen this in a match like this.
No.
I mean, this is, straight defense.
This is the full-on turtle special. This is going to be one of the last opportunities, really, for Paris to break this. I mean, they probably haven't dealt with this. But good job by Kismet just finding openings while he knows some of their players are coming back off a spawn. The comms are on point. The teamwork is there. Falcons are holding. And I don't know how much of this we're going to see, but they said back lobby, we're going to lock it down and hold EMP. They might have got blown out in the map 1, but the defense stepped up in the map 3. Seconds away from a respawn victory here.
Here we go.
Got a couple died.
Here we go.
Can they get a touch on it? Trying to get across. They aren't able to get a touch. Falcons turtle it up defensively and get the round win. Got a little bit dicey at times. But that had to add, honestly, that's even more annoying gameplay to honestly probably frustrate Paris there. A little game of keep away.
I mean, straight cheats, and it works. Yeah, but I mean, there is a massive, it's a massive risk because it's in your base and you probably score right away. And then depending on where the ball spawns, that might be sort of like giving up 2 goals in a row.
Yeah, I mean, you just have to make sure it's traded. Like, it's not like a clean 3-4 dead. They never had that. They because you have advantage for close, obviously, but you have to trek across the entire map if you are Paris. They avoided getting just swept out of there. Some cheese. Yeah, it was almost 2 minutes. They held it in the back. We have not seen that yet, but it leads to a win for Riyadh. They were. Well, it's kind of what I said. I mean, maybe. Well, we had a series like this before, kind of with Toronto and Heretics, where after map 1, I'm like, wow, they're gonna get blown out, and then the series looks a lot different after a couple of maps.
And, you know, we kind of talked about like in map 2, maybe just some of Paris's, I don't know, like late round issues. I think like maybe with that listening, you're starting to hit. There's not a lot of voices. I heard a lot of Envoy at times, and outside of that, like Sib and Ghosty are, which is a bit surprising. Usually Ghosty is saying everything.
Yapper. Yeah.
Talks about everything. Didn't hear him much.
And I don't know if that's one of those things where it's like, a little bit easier to do in Hardpoint than maybe it is in Overload, especially. Yeah, I think the calling names things might be massive. You've always talked about that.
I don't know how we're not doing that right now.
How huge that is.
I mean, what year is this? And we're still not calling. Every team should be doing this. And just let your teammates know who we're looking for first off spawn. And there were 2 moments in that second half, right when we went to the listening, and then that Pred play. But yeah, you just have to be ready for that. And they were not.
No, there were so many times where Pred just found an opening through mid or through like the flank side route, and he'd only get 1, sometimes 2, but even that 1 just turned heads and led to success for the rest of his team. I mean, I think, yeah, if you told me like Pred would have the most kills in a map like mode like Overload, I probably think they win. Honestly, like I probably do, just due to how he plays, because where he's finding his kills is gonna be so annoying.
You see these guys just sort of laughing. We locked that down for 2 minutes. I mean, you got to make sure you have trophies down. In a way, I would imagine they would have to practice that. Like, what are you picking up? Like, where do we want to play this from? Because if there's a slip up there, game can get away from them.
Yeah, I guess the good thing is you had a lot of cover deep. Like you had a lot of finesse ability, especially if you had trophies, kind of avoid nades and stuff. But it wasn't the most entertaining thing, at least at the end there. You kind of hope for some more wackiness and maybe some opportunities before the game to get tied. But they play a little bit of keep away, and the fact that I'm a fan of. I mean, do what it takes to win. It takes to win.
They're stealing. They get to a game 5, depending on this Black Hardpoint. Like you're probably happy if you're Falcons, right? That's what you want. You want to get those game 5s with how their search has been.
Yeah, and as Ant said, like they were one of those teams. I think FaZe included in that, like teams that Blackheart was out at first. They were pretty frustrated. That's one that they thought they're going to find success. That's one that you talk about Falcons they like. We're going to see what we get out of them on this. But we're looking at some of the stats for the map one. Listen, it was not good. It was a 250-50 type game. Paris had their way.
And well, we talked about this, right? Just sort of, we've had these map one blowouts. And then we've had some crazy series.
It's the Heretics Toronto one comes to mind. You and I cast that like laughing after the map one, and the next thing I know, we're in map 5, which might be the case here as well. Or it's just, I mean, it's showing, I don't know, like everyone has some weaknesses. Like there's not, I mean, we thought, you know, coming into the year and with some of the early stuff that Optic probably didn't really seem to have any. They were the most like well-rounded. Then early on, what it felt like all the top teams had some weaknesses. There's like FaZe and Hardpoint, or now Paris and Search and Destroy. Thieves, I don't know if they know where they are on the map, so that's a whole different conversation. But there's openings, I think, for some of your middle of the pack teams to come in and find upsets on the top teams. There just is right now, 100%.
Yeah, we've already had those chances, or they have had those chances, and here's another one here.
Another one here, absolutely. I think you see Ghosty just twirling his hair, maybe a little frustrated. I think anyone, you come in and win a map one like you did, and you're, you know, in control, up 4-2 in a surge, pulling in a streak, and then that one slips away, probably frustration mounts. And then I think dealing with Pred and then keep away at the end of that, I think that is frustrations mounting. And listen, I don't want to compare this to like regular sports in some way, but like one thing that underdogs sometimes try to do is like be annoying. Whether you play the possession game, you slow it down, you run the ball a lot, or if it's soccer, you play possession, or if it's basketball, you know, you use the full shot clock to try and be annoying. You find ways to like get on the other team's skin.
And I mean, who has like sort of been known for that throughout his career was Clay, right? On some of the rosters where he caused massive upsets. He looked at anything and everything to try to get that win. And yeah, you legit that 100% having a big influence.
All right, up 2-1. We'll see if Falcons can fare better here on the map for Hardpoint. Laugh off that first one. Now you're in control of the series. Up 2-1. Into the fray we go, and it's a nade hitting for Xnid. Sib will get 2, but the rest of the team ripped off the board. So the early time to Falcons. And you got to think, this is one where just to the Falcons roster, the way they want to play, it should suit their style.
One, it's just as basic as it gets, right? So, like, you don't have to go on these long rotations. Where do you want to play from? Everybody should really know. This is like Call of Duty 101 when it comes to Blackheart.
It certainly is. Paris put on the back foot early. They'll try to fight back in. Xnid still finding kills with the opening nades. He's on a tear here early, but watching Kismet for now to see what damage he can get through. Finding all the kills again and spawning out is Paris, looking for an opening angle. I think that's Pred that's trying to get him behind enemy lines again and just be a thorn in the...
He's good. We're good. We've recovered. He was looking for the next one.
I literally stopped commentating. I was like,
his teammates got some kills. So, I mean, similar to map 1, they found the kills when they needed to, but there is immediate pressure on the top side of the map. Sib's going to pinch this. He's going to win a boxing battle with Celium. So here's the first break attempt for Paris. Well, they're doing a pretty darn good job.
From the hard point, Sib will get the kill on the cross. They've only really got this lockdown from one side, so the pressure is going to be here quickly from Falcons. And you can see number 4, I think in Ghosty, just worried about that Pred play, worried about that pinch opportunity and shutting it down. His teammate's going to win on one side. Ghosty, will he pick it up? Well, what do you know? It's Pred who's going to find it.
1-on-1.
Down to a 1 versus 1, and Pred's going to take it, continuing to make the plays right now for Falcons.
Yeah, well, even if they don't get these kills, you want to get out of here. You see, though, well, it's similar to map 1. It's Paris making a heads-up play. They're already across the map. So you had a chance there for Falcons if they find kills and rotate to trap them on the left side of the map. But Paris with a heads-up play. So you lose the final 20 behind Pred and Kismet, but you're already set up at P3 if you're Paris.
You got to think this Paris team, one that can lock down a few hard points in a row at some point. We'll see if maybe this will be their little bit of swing. Lovely shots there. Clean Chris to the head for Neptune. All the early time there's Team Nade going to be unfortunate. They had a couple of those in the last map, trying to avoid more here. But Neptune, the difference maker, gets 3, buys them time for the route from Sib, and you get a moment to breathe.
Yeah, well, first 30 seconds here have been clean outside of, that Team Nade. Gonna go at this one. You're gonna go at this one more time if you are Falcons. Ghosty though staying alive as a teammate stunned up, just flying off the walls. Beautifully done. See where those spawns come in. Kismet's gonna play safe to just try to block the other side of the map. And now here you go. This is what you want to do if you are Falcons.
Pin them in the back and also get time. Sure. It looks like Well, Paris will come off and get some kills at a big clutch moment. To get the final 10, they'll be able to push out. Xdid's tucked in the corner. He walks away with nothing. He's got to get a kill or two from that spot. You're playing for the lurk. You're playing to catch him when you get shut down. Now all the pressure to Kismet. The rest of your team trying to trail across, and this leads to an early setup for Paris.
Yeah, I was saying that's what you wanted, but on Blackheart, 10 to 12 seconds left still is a very long time for plays.
Map, yeah,
for plays to develop. So Paris, they just right off a spawn, able to hunt down a couple of players. So they're in the hill. But Kismet played safe, waited for his teammates. But it's just been Neptune and whatever he wants to do.
How many times is he going to do this?
Plus his teammates have spawn. He's going for the players off of it, getting the cuts, doing it all.
You might be down 50 if it's not for Neptune.
Might be.
Like honestly, he has had a couple of triples in moments where everybody drops. And even if he doesn't get every single kill, like he's buying so much time for the squad to get back, then I think he fell off the map. But that's all right. Listen, you've done enough work. Take a break, brother. He's got them up 30.
There's still 7 seconds here, so Celium should spawn out. See both teams really just on both sides of the map flying across for this P5. Falcons will be there first, but what was a strong start for Falcons? When you have bounced back these last 3 hills if you're Paris.
You have, and listen, Neptune was kind of the hard carry of sorts in the map 1. He's doing it, but like Sib's right there with it, man. I mean, Sib leading in time, Sib leading in kills. He's right there. What do you know? What a great flex he can be. He can do it with both weapons. When that guy's in flow state, he is disgusting. Maybe an opportunity now to push back against this lead. Falcons back into the point. It's Neptune, though, finding entries to try and get them forward. It's going to set up an opening for Envoy, and right in go Paris.
Hey, you at least split like most of this time if you are Falcon, so you're going to send us back to a P1. But yeah, this should be around a 50-point lead, 40-point lead. Depending if the rest of this time, it's looking like they're doing it, but Falcon's going to send this, well, because they want P2 side. So that's really the play. They want to try to flip this map before that P1 comes into play. 7 seconds left, and we got a 20-point game as we go to the next set.
Next set coming up. Any, I don't know, any massive takeaways from the first? I know they played it pretty even, but
I mean, Falcons are right there. You can kind of see what they want to do, and their plays are developing. It's just sort of, they're a few seconds too early. They're allowing sort of Gentlemates to kind of do what they did in that map 1, spawning them at old and rotating. So it's just tough to, I don't know, not get caught on a map like this, but they're close.
I mean, listen, Ghosty he's been putting up numbers I don't think you could just do all year. They've been insane. They have. He's had like a 1-4 or something. It's unbelievable. This has been like probably his most human series so far. Is it something about this particular matchup, the maps? Is it like the AR do on the other side?
I mean, I don't know. Map 1, he had like a 2. So I just think it's, yeah, hard point. It feels like he's fine. But I wouldn't worry about that. But I just think it's been
you're right.
What he's been doing.
Falcons have done it to make me forget about the map 1.
Yeah, no, it's sort of what Falcons have been doing in maps 2 and 3.
Guy has like 1 map, he's not positive. I'm like, what's going on?
Yeah.
but that speaks really to his numbers this year. It's been insane. As we talk about him, he starts to find a little bit of a streak. Looking for the wall bang, trying to connect, not able to do it, but on 3 straight, swapping out to the sub and hand. We'll see what damage he can do. Teammate on one side, him on the other. Ghosty finally gonna get in. Once again, Paris enjoying some time, and it's like, yes, Falcons have been right there, but hard point by hard point, second by second, it's just the lead increases by 10. The lead increases by 10. Paris starting to pull away a little bit, and this is one of those big moments where Falcons need to fight back. Let's go to listen in with Falcons.
Let's get him. Yeah, there's one P5, maybe P5, right? Back.
I'm in.
They're gonna be new. They're gonna be new.
2 and you, boys. 2 and you.
Don't this time. I'm gonna bump you guys. Listen, I think we bang front. No bullshit. I'm gonna go front. Let's go front.
Square. One long.
Guarantee kill. Any kills you get, they will flip. Okay. Guarantee those.
Two on. He was long, bro.
Long.
I say D.
There's 2 square.
Yeah, let's go front.
Go listen. There's 3 walking in the back. Go front.
Yeah, dubs. Flanking dubs.
One more dubs, maybe.
Back left. I'm in here.
Nothing.
Dead. One more. Wait. Watch out.
Nice, let's go.
Short. Nice, one back.
I have back left. Here. I'll take that.
Nice, I hit the back left out.
Square.
I dubs.
Nothing in the back, guys. Go square to the right.
I'm blocking. He's Arnie.
Front.
Dubs. I'm in dubs. They're gonna blink front, I think. I'm in figures.
Yeah, front.
I'm behind him front.
Last guy. Last guy. Look for one in the back. Push him. I'm here, AG. He's at the tank, on the tank. I'll kill him. Watch it on! Nice. They're gonna go around. Watch Wayland. Yeah, dub. Watch Wayland. He's in back. One shot. Give me short. Yeah, help full back. We should get close to top. P1. On the front one. P1, I need it front. I died, one front. Chow P1. Ready? 3, 2, 1, chow. He was in P1. I didn't set him short. Let's bang this shit, kids. I need him. Back up. I need back left, kids. Weak ghosty on front. Ghosty dice. Nice, AG. I'm finessing him. I'm waiting, guys. One more again. JT, and the hub. On new. There's 1v2, I think. I'm playing P1 scam. I'm playing P1 scam. I'm waiting. He was on new. We should go for square. I'm nading for Honey.
Pred is turned, nearly a lead change, but just shy of it. Opening moments here for Paris, set up to hold. A couple of picks come in though, could be in trouble. Sib has to pop the reload. Cell took damage and he goes down. Stays up to win the fight, but will eventually be traded out. You still have people in the point right now for Paris. Good clearance there to slow it down. Some wild moments over the last 2 minutes.
Yeah, but every time, I mean, we were in the listen, it's sort of like we have to break from front. Right? They're just being out-rotated due to the state of the game. They're going to have to do it again. Maybe they find their opening, though. But next to it's Neptune with 3. Almost with all 4. Locks it down, and that might be the game.
Dude, he is insane. We're not done yet. They can't win it here, but dude, I feel like he has won them 100 of their points just with the plays he has made, the triples he has walked away with. Insane individual ability. 20 away from the dub now. We get into the mayhem back in mid-map as we head into our 3rd set of rotations. I think it was a double for Neptune again. He's on 5 straight. Will finally be dropped.
Oh boy.
On boy, does he find an opening? He does find an opening. The movement there, the gunny not for the second. Paris just have to keep this messy. Don't allow Falcons to find any clean time. And closes out a push to a map 5. But for now, Falcons holding.
Yeah, they're locking it down. I mean, Exton's on 4 in a row. You know, the comms are going crazy. 5 in a row. It feels like this is when they start to get going. The pressure is on. Pred and Exton are firing, yelling in the microphone, trying to clutch to get us to a game or try to win this series here in map 4.
Yeah, they went. We are done. We'll see if they can do it. Exton, 7 straight, 31 and 25, dropping bombs. Give him another. The man is not losing fights. Lead change, been waiting for it. There it is. Falcons go out in front, brushing off the map 1 beatdown, looking to take 2, 3, 4. It's a last-ditch effort now for Paris to try and break in, but it's all on Exton. It's all on the Falcons, nearing a double-digit streak and holding it down. Cannot win it at this point, but they're there on rotation as well, looking like that iced up late.
I mean, Exton 9 in a row, hitting double digits on the streak. 3 more seconds, but that's who? It's Neptune. There is a contest. Ghosty trying to play his life. Pred fires, gets the double, and there we go, Falcons. It looked like we were going to a game number 5, but Exton takes over.
Listen, that series is ludicrous. That is the win. I need to see Falcons.
Yeah.
I get to kind of take them seriously as a quote-unquote top team. An incredible win. It couldn't have started out worse. They got their asses whooped in the map 1. Just absolutely dominated. Nearly lose the map 2, but they come up clutch. The map 3 is an odd one. And then this is a hell of a comeback. I mean, the most they were down was, what, 50, 60? But still, you said stayed in it.
Well, it just felt like no matter what, like, again, every time we were in the listening, it was just sort of, all right, we have to break from the front. Like, Paris were out-rotating them. Neptune had so many clutch kills to just make sure that they had the rest of that time. I mean, they get up to around 230 or so after that P5, but it was all Falcons in P1. Just the subs go off. Massive clutch from those guys.
And Pred in 3 and 4, he just started to take over. That, you know what Pred is capable of when he really finds his moments. It was phenomenal. I mean, finding all the timings during the flanks when you talk about the overload, so many big kills there. As much as I think Neptune was maybe like the most clutch over and over and over again, he had some insane plays to keep him in it. Pred was really he was solid throughout. Just
and then once he gets going, Exnid starts to get going, and they're just
listening, bro. They just it's like they were playing a final at a LAN.
Yeah,
they were absolutely roaring. And then Exnid, I mean, what a fun streak to close it out. Because I like it for Exnid because for the longest time, they couldn't close out a hard point to save their lives.
That's true.
The worst hard point stretch we've had. They crumbled in so many moments. Now to see him come up clutch in a big moment there, that was awesome.
No, it's great. Yeah, I mean, and this is the best hard point team in the game right now.
Yeah.
You know, we talked about it. It's sort of Black Card Falcons. This is the map that they've been wanting to see play a little bit more. It's finally back, and there we go, able to win this one.
I guess the silver lining maybe for Paris, at least over these last couple of series, is all of their losses have been like so close. All the Cloud9 maps were within like a point or around. Here, it's like the same exact thing. It seems like a couple of moments away from winning these series.
It's a little worrisome though. I don't know. It's like turning into a trend. It's a little bit worrisome. Like there is a clear problem.
Well, I guess you just start to wonder, like, were they just a little bit ahead and people are catching up? Is that sort of thoughts maybe in your head a little bit?
No, it's not that. I just think like maybe the problems that weren't shining earlier in the year now are starting to get shown a little bit more.
Okay, well, that'll do it for us too. What an insane match. Falcons' first big win. It's awesome to see. Des, talk to us about it.
Falcons, game 4, Exnid leading the way. Who saw this possible?
You said it. You said he would top frag game 4. I agreed with that. I just didn't think they would win the series.
No.
Round of applause for the Riyadh Falcons. We have a new player in the mix. They can win this event coming up. This was a staple match that we needed to see. They look legit. They look like a legitimate contender. And Clinton Joe,
they just giggled. That was an audible giggle out of Merc. He does not believe the Falcons can win this first major.
I'm here to tell you this. Listen, they scoffed over that. We had a conversation about it. The Riyadh Falcons, they have been getting better at a fast rate. They won 4 straight matches. Exnid's performing amongst the best in the league. It's not far-fetched to say they're a contender going into this event. This is a gentleman team that had not lost a hard point. Coming in, you got beat 250-50 map 1. You rally back.
Allie, I didn't hear any dog toy noises out of you.
Great.
Just out of Merc and Maven.
Excellent.
Do you have faith in these Falcons, or do you think this guy's mind blown right now?
Maybe a little bit more than the other side of this room does, but only in the sense of, like, I do agree they're getting better at a very fast rate. I think already the situation this team and what Exnid's been through has already been extremely impressive. I will say, though, like, just looking at the rest of the league, like, I can't agree with you confidently just because of the other teams in competition that are still there.
We just can't do this thing where we have to applaud a win like this.
Yes.
This is
100%.
a staple 3-1 victory.
You're down 40 points as well when this comeback starts, I want to point out.
Exactly. And you just beat a team that has been lighting it up so far in the league. And they brought some unique strat. I mean, the overload, keep it in the base. We hadn't seen that yet by anyone.
Yeah.
So some unique looks. Clearly the preparation, they're all on the same page, trying out some new things. You won a round where they used a Hellstorm in the search, and then you could proceed to win the next 2 rounds to clutch up and close it. And then this map, you're on the ropes. Neptune is seemingly making every play to make the game super frustrating, but you just stayed in the fight the entire time. And when you got your opportunity to 60 them on this P1, they had every lane, every pinch. That was excellent.
And you know what? Kind of piggybacking off of that, when I think of that map number 2, I kind of see it in the same way that you see this map number 4 is kind of like in the Search and Destroy. I never felt like Riyadh Falcons were in the driver's seat, but they kept pulling out these plays and these clutches and keeping themselves into the game. And I was like, they're not making the right adjustments. Paris Gentleman is trying to run with it. It's because they don't make it look easy. And I think that's what's difficult to watch Riyadh Falcons when they get these wins, because it is gritty.
So,
they do have to pull out a lot of the impossibles, but that doesn't make it anything less impressive.
I might look at it different because I felt like they were in the driver's seat in that Blackheart, and Neptune was pulling off the impossibles to win them situations. So
I'm with Allie, though. Historically, they've had to pull out some Neslos. They've had to dig deep in their series. For now, though, let's talk with a member of the Falcons Live. Please welcome to the show, Kismet, everybody. The Bulldog gets the bark tonight. Let's talk about the win because, Kismet, you're the glue guy. We've always known that you're the enabler. Tonight, it looked like you enabled both Pred and Exnid to fry on Blackheart.
Yes, sir. I mean, listen, those guys are beasts. I mean, I get to play with them every day, so I love it. And I think I've done a good job, like, in these past couple matches that we've been winning. I've kind of found my footing as a role player and, like, in this team, and I think it's starting to show. And, I mean, dude, shout out my teammates. Those guys are freaking, they're amazing, dude.
Yeah, Kismet, first of all, that was an excellent win, dude. A staple win for you guys. And you've been on championship teams before. So how does this team where you currently stand compare to some of these championship teams that you have been on?
I mean, you could just tell, like, I mean, we have 3 world champions on the team with Clayster with 3 rings. So, I mean, we know how to win. And Exnid is new, and I think he's just been a sponge. I said it in another interview before. He's just sponging everything that we were saying to him, and I think he's really listening this year, which is good. I just think that this team has a lot of grit. I mean, you saw it in that match. I mean, I heard you guys talking about before I went on, but, like, Neptune was popping some crazy takeover to, like, keep that map even close. And, like, we're just gritty. We know how to win, and we know our win conditions, and I think we are a force to be reckoned with. So,
would you say that's probably your biggest strength as a team right now? Because as we were talking about it, I think my biggest thing for you guys is when I watch you get these wins, it's not easy to be like, okay, how does this go the other way? It's not easy to point out your weaknesses and what to exploit. Would you say your grit is probably your strength right now as Riyadh Falcons?
I mean, yeah, that, and also, like, I think, like, without saying too much, I mean, I think that we put a lot of effort in and, like, excelling in the parts that we think that aren't our best. So, like, S&D was abysmal in the first 2 matches, and we looked at it and was like, okay, let's get better at this. And I think that across the board, from the players to the coaches and everything, like, we're actually putting that stuff to the, what we're learning to the, in the matches, and it's showing. So I think grit, but also, like, we're actually taking the process seriously.
Yeah, Kismet, also talking about the overload. You guys held the overload in spawn for like 10 minutes. I have not seen that so far in Black Ops 7.
Said something in this building.
Was that a spur of the moment thing? What happened?
I mean, no, we've practiced it a couple times in scrims, and every time we do it, they tell us we're awful for doing it, and it's just so funny. But, like, it's risky, but it's something that we've tried to perfect on, like, the small tendencies of, like, spawns. I don't know, XYZ. We don't want to say too much, but it's risky, but it's something that we practice. And we said, AG like called it at 2 minutes, and I was like, "Are you sure?" And he's like, "Let's do it." I was like, "All right, let's do it. Screw it, let's go." And it worked out.
In 54 seconds, you guys set the league record for keep away so far in the new game mode Overload. Does anyone else beat your record, do you think, here in Black Ops 7?
I mean, now that we've showed it on stream, for sure, I'm sure some team is gonna try it. So there's a potential, but we've held that ball for a long time. So
yeah,
Bulldog, it's great to see you winning. It's great to see you smiling after a terrible last season. You get a victory over your former squad in the Gentlemen, but there's still some haters out there who said you guys are incapable of winning Major number 1. So if you could, this is for my social media people, just stare down that camera, say a little something to the folks who don't think Riyadh can win Major 1.
Listen, we can win. I mean, the proof is in the pudding. You talk trash to me, I turn into a different beast. Gotaga, my boy, I appreciate you, but Je suis le Bulldog. I had to come and, I had to win this one. So GG's, man. Let's keep it going.
I'm with you. I think y'all can win the event, man. That was excellent. Congrats on the win.
Hey, like, share, retweet it all. That is Kismet. You can catch him down in Texas in 2 weeks.
Yes, sir. Later, guys.
Awesome stuff here from Kismet. The Falcons get the second win on the day. Are we done?
Yeah.
Are we cooked already?
We're cooked already.
Well, guys, I gave you a lead at the start of Black Ops 7, but now I'm dialed in, okay? The teams are dialed in. And if you forgot about the prediction, that moves me back within 3 of Nameless and 4 of Rosalie. Let's see how we finish tonight's show.
What are you doing?
Okay. Nameless, I'm going with Exnid to top frag in Blackheart Game 4. They win this 3-1.
And I agree with him top frag in Game 4.
I was the only one who saw it happening. I am the only one who has faith in the Falcons when they fly again live here on the CDL. We've got a lot more action, and Rosalie has made it to the studio. So, Allie, what did you learn today on day number 10 of the CDL?
To not count Riyadh Falcons out. I mean, I kind of was still like, they're mid as hell heading into this major, but Ant's kind of making me lean the other way a little bit.
And we got to take a look back at match number 1. What did you learn from our bottom teams? We had 12 versus 10 today.
Yeah, I might have had Miami a little bit too far down in power rankings, brother.
That's crazy. Me personally.
Awesome response today for Miami.
Yeah.
I mean, you're playing a Vancouver team. They've won 2 straight overloads. They've been looking pretty hot. And Miami needed to study the ship that was sinking, and it was sinking pretty quick. They were 1-3. So they win that first hard point, go into the search, immediately fix the number 1 question. Can we convert our first bloods into round wins? And Super looked like super mid-season form last year with the sniper in hand. You're seeing some clips here. And then when we get to the game 3, he had a crazy clutch to close it out. Just a wonderful series.
Yeah, no, great series out of Super. I think the biggest, outside of him just having a great series, is I think Trake's had a really good performance in the series, especially during that map number 1, and kind of finding his role a little bit better on the team, playing his life a little bit better. He's kind of having control of this mid area and not really allowing Vancouver Surge to have any footholds towards the middle side of the map. So big heads up play out of Trake's. I'm hoping to see more of him. Continued it in the search and destroy. So Miami, I think they're on the up.
You know, while the sun is going down early, we want to enjoy these 2-match Fridays. We will have nothing but 3-match Fridays, all of stage number 2, and we expect bigger numbers from these two. 10,629 damage from Pred in his 4 games, 6,800 from Super in his 3 games. If you had to pick a champion of day number 10, are you going Super from Miami or Pred from the Falcons?
Pred for sure. That was a massive statement win.
He's back.
And we were gassing up Neptune. He had more damage than Neptune in that series. So he was putting in work.
And of course, Ali, we have to update the standings. We are now going to see another team reach 4 victories after starting 0-2. Welcome to top 2 seeds, Riyadh Falcons.
What is LA doing over there on the right side of my screen right now? I don't know how much I missed, but for
below Boston Breach, by the way.
Huge. Yeah, that's insane as well. Boston getting a tough loss last week as well. I'm just happy that we don't have anybody undefeated. I'm happy to see that we have some mix-ups, especially heading into a major. I want to see some crazy upsets, some good games.
And of course, we have more games coming your way Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow, Nameless, how many of these go to a game 5?
Yeah, first one has the makings of it. And then who knows with Cloud9. I mean, they've pushed people the distance. FaZe have been looking very good. But yeah, I think that first one probably going to be the closest series of the day.
Exceed versus Joe Deceives? Close? Not close?
That's tough. And they've played each other a lot in Challengers, so maybe a little bit of some storytelling that happened with that series.
Shout out to everyone who went 2-0 in predictions in the chat. I know it's only about 7 of us, but we will all be back tomorrow. We're going live 2:45 for another day of the Call of Duty League.
Do they have flag?
Oh,
they
got
do.
flag.
Oh no, I would have did the same thing.
And he's giving him some extra loving.
A few moments later.
Investigate this man right now. Investigate him.
No.
And Vancouver are going to try to take mid away. Make sure they try to collect the EMP.
No way.
Do not
Oh my God.
As he closes out mid, that's what he wants to do.
Okay.
Do not he did it again. As he did it again.